Hey kids, it's Chris Godla here, musician and music producer in Chicago, and I'm looking forward to being on Into the Void, the Ozzy Osbourne tribute channel with Loomis and Gina tonight. It's free to get in. Getting out, I don't know about, you have to talk to Loomis about that. But come on down, it's going to be a fun show tonight. See you there.
And what is going on, everyone? Welcome to Into the Void. My name is Loomis, and I am with the magnificent Gina. What's going on, Gina?
Oh, nothing. Just, it's hot. Like it is everywhere else right now.
Yeah. And apologies for, I don't know if I sound different, look different. I left my light and everything in Rochester, New York, up at Richie's house when I was doing the last show. So we had a good job. That was fun, though. I wish I had that office all the time.
Right.
Did you see that show?
It's insane. The stuff, yeah. Perfect for Ozzy.
Oh, man. He's something else, though.
Great guy.
I get it, yeah, but he's something else. What a week. What a week up there. That's all I can say. But yeah, I left my equipment up there, and what are you gonna do? I got to get in contact with them. I'll get it back though. I mean, if it's at Richie's, it's in safe hands, but I can't believe I forgot it. My webcam, my ring light, everything. So, which is fine though, because you don't have to see my ugly mug. I'm disgusted today anyway. I had to stay in a freaking deck. So besides that, we are just waiting for Christo to come in. He's almost here. In the meantime, hit that like button, subscribe up, and we'll just get into it. Let's see. So Christo is from Chicago. How about this? We'll get into it though, but he's been a professional musician since he was 13 years old.
Right. If you look at his YouTube, you can tell.
Yeah, 13 though, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Playing around in Chicago. He also knows a real lot. He was drawn to this channel, I guess, because he said, Loomis, man, we had a great conversation. He's from Chicago, and his father had some mob ties and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's why he's talk about Ozzy, talk about him, because Ozzy's a huge inspiration for him. And then just talk a little bit of mob talk or whatever, and all that good stuff though. But let's see what we got in the chat while we're waiting.
Yeah.
It's
been a while.
We got Miss Gina Elliott. Let's go, Iron Void Army. Gina, how you been out there? Great to hear from you, Gina. As always.
Who
else? Vaz. What's going on, man? Please hit that like button to get it moving. Thank you, Chris, for giving your time, and everyone who is watching. We love you. That is from Ozzy Osbourne Tribute. Thank you, Ozzy Osbourne Tribute out there, wherever you're at. We got Kilo. My sergeant at arms, always here. What's up, my man? What's up?
Day
We got
one.
Diana is back. What's up, Diana? Great to
Hi,
see you
Diana.
here. As
Wow, I
always.
can't see anything.
I don't know how you do it. I'm gonna be real quick. I gotta give you credit. Because you saw me with the phone the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I give you credit. And you know what I did? I started all of this off, not this Ozzy channel years ago with just a phone for like a year and a half. And I was like, how the hell did I do it? On StreamYard too, but yeah. After
Yeah.
you get a laptop, it's just it's different.
Yeah.
But
It all runs together. It's itty bitty.
I don't see the link in the email. Hold on. chrisgodla@gmail.com. Here. Email. Boom. Bink.
That's
Paste
an
that
easy fix.
there. Loomis. Send. I just sent again. Refresh. All right.
So Chris is like me, Gracie, like everyone else in the chat room. He just came in the chat room, and that's how we met Chris. So kudos
Yeah,
to him for coming on, man. Because
that's how I
we
met
like
everyone.
people to come on. We want more people to come on and share your experience and what he meant to you and everything. So
Oh yeah, and his is, and as you'll see, it's good, and
yeah,
and like how it all ties in. But exactly, and I've been telling everyone this. Anyone can come on. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter this or that, and you know that. I mean, that's why
right.
you're sitting there. And I want to give a big shout out to Gracie for holding it
Yeah.
down on Sunday with me at Richie's. Yeah, I asked you like an hour before, so don't feel bad. I mean, you come on Thursdays. If it's whenever I tell you to come, ask you to come on, if it's like 2 hours or just an hour before. I mean, we all have different lives out there. I understand.
Yeah.
We can't make it. It's not a big deal. But Gracie held it down, and I got to thank
Yeah.
Gracie very much. We have Miss Angie. Hey guys, good to see you. Angie,
Hi.
what's going on? Great to see you. Thank you for the support as
As
always.
you. Yep.
We have the Osbourne 666. Hello. What's going on? 666. What's going on? Great to see you here as always.
Yeah.
Well, not as always. I think it's their first time.
Yep. I have never seen them before.
We got hello. I subscribe to your YouTube channel. Thank you, Osbourne 666.
Thank you.
I assume do you have a channel, or is that just your name? Because you have a channel, subscribe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Me too.
Yeah, we do everything. We're very transparent here. So
yeah.
Just so you know. And well, no, of course the regular Osbourne channel still is what's gonna come up. I'm trying to find out how good he's on. He just came in. We'll bring him in a second. Trying to find your channel, buddy. Osbourne 666. I think if I do, you know where it says at and whatever, if you could write that in the comments, that would be great. All right. So wait, let's just say a couple more highs. Grace, there she is.
Gracie.
Great seeing you, Pat. Don't forget,
Pat.
folks, the 8th, though, we're going to be streaming Pat's live show. So, Pat, you have your guy get in touch with me. You're not going to see me on or nothing. It's just going to go right. It's just going to be Friday night. I believe it's Friday. And it'll be Pat's show, Madhouse, and Ozzy Tribute. They're on Facebook. Check them out right here. And they're great. I mean, Pat's vocal range is insane.
Yeah.
And some friends of mine being like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, guy could sing. I mean, Jesus, is he good? But Madhouse and Ozzy Tribute on Facebook. Check them out. Without further ado, though, we are going to bring in our guest. And here's how we're going to do this, Gina. I think you do it like this. Hold on. Ready? You're going to disappear, and I'm going to disappear for a second, right? Yeah, I did it right. What is going on? Chris. Hi, Chris. What is going on, Chris?
Hey.
Can you hear me? Yeah, could you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, perfect.
Awesome, my man. Thank you so much for doing this. We've been telling people all the time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, my man. We've been telling people.
How you doing, Gina?
I'm good, hon. How are you?
Good. Good to see you. Thank you for having me
You
today.
anytime, my friend. Anytime.
So, Chris, what we want to do though with you is, and everyone in the chat, we're just gonna have a little discussion with Chris, and then we'll get back and throw out questions, throw out whatever. But you're from the windy city of Chicago, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where are you?
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about you, like your upbringing, like and I know you're a professional
Okay.
musician at a young age, but nobody else knows that. So pretend you never talked to me ever, and we'll just
All
rock
right.
that. Listen, you've seen the show before. You know how I roll, man. Like it's fucking like we're hanging out up at the bar, even though I don't drink anymore. Like, we're
Right.
just hanging out and pop talking. So just go
Yeah.
now. Be comfortable.
Okay. Well, growing up, as a kid, my whole family were musicians, and it was the kind of the thing to do growing up for us boys. When you grow up, you become a musician. You get the black suit, put it on, and go to work from a young age. My dad was a musician, a well-known bass player in Chicago, a staple in the music scene, and that was like throughout the 70s and 80s, before I was born. And he all the clubs that he worked at up on Rush Street, which is a strip of clubs here in Chicago, where all like the nightclubs are, were all mob owned, controlled, and frequented. I mean, that was my dad's bosses were mob, the customers, everything. They ran the downtown scene at that time. So my dad was always around them guys. He was friends with a lot of them. Me great stories about how they all would come in and lock the door of the club, and that meant it was time that nobody was going home. It doesn't matter how long you had to stay there till 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, sometime if necessary, whatever. If they started drinking and wanted to start partying and hear music, you had to stay there and play for them guys. So there was quite a bit of funny stories about all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll
and then one day,
we'll get into that. Absolutely. Let us know about what was, so you were like in high school, all that type of stuff though. Like, weren't you already a professional musician or before that?
Well, I started my first professional gigs around 13, 14. I'd say 14 for sure. I was working. I looked a little older than I was at the time, and I would, put on the suit and everything, and get the look going. And we'd go to I'd be playing at a club or something, and then have to go to school the next morning. And I'd be sitting around the classroom and telling the other kids, yeah, well, last night I was at this club and there was, I was drinking and on stage, and, and they were like, yeah, right. None of them ever believed me until they actually saw it, with their own eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was doing shit like that. And even some of the teachers came out to see me play and everything. They were shocked.
Wow.
But it was just a normal thing for where I come from, my culture. That's just what we did. So I grew up very fast, to say the least. A lot of clubs, bars. I didn't even have an ID. I wasn't even supposed to be in there. But most of the time, people thought I was older, and if not, if the club owners knew I was younger, they would just tell me to stay away from the bar or something like that. But I was still amongst the scene.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
What instrument is it? How many instruments do you play?
I play several instruments. I started off as a bass player, firstly, and got a good reputation. Became a real solid bass player. Moved on to guitar and keyboards, and then also started singing. So I put that all together, and what I do now today in the studio and stuff, I just use a drummer, and it's just me and the drummer in the studio. But when the finished product is done, it sounds like a full band. So.
Right.
That's what I do.
Cool. Wow.
Now, this was what kind of music were you playing? Was it jazz?
Yeah, I started out, in the Chicago jazz scene. It was piano bars, Frank Sinatra music, stuff like that. Contemporary, little bit of R&B, but yeah, mostly jazz. Tuxedos and whole shot, Frank Sinatra, the old Rat Pack, Chicago kind of thing.
Right. Right.
And
Now
the
you
mob
said
goes hand in
something.
hand with that because
Yeah.
the music and the mob and the whole scene, it just all fits together in one big thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially out there in Chicago with the outfit. I mean, they've been around for freaking ever, like
Yeah.
and they always know
Yes.
what it's like.
Yes.
Around here they say they had the 5 families up in New York and stuff. In Chicago, just had their own thing, but they're extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. They controlled
Right.
Vegas, Teamsters, all that stuff.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Tony
Yes.
Spilotro, you ever hear that name?
Oh my
I
God, yeah. As actually, I got a little story about him. If you got a second.
Real quick,
One
if
day
anyone doesn't know
we're
what
going
Tony
through my
Spilotro
dad's.
was, real quick, let's just paint a picture. Tony Spilotro was
Go
the
ahead.
character that Joe Pesci played in Casino, and that was the
Okay.
real Tony Spilotro. And I think I have a real, yeah, here it is, and that's Tony. That's the real Tony Spilotro right there, who was sent to Vegas to
It's
watch
him.
Frank Lefty Rosenthal, and but things got out of control. But go ahead.
Yeah, before he moved out to Vegas to do that, he was in the streets of Chicago, and my dad would run into him and stuff. And one day when I was looking around through my dad's things like kids do, I was in his closet,
Mm.
and on the top, I seen this leather case that looked weird to me. So I pulled it down, and it was a gun. It was a little 38 handgun revolver, and later on, I found out that he got that from Tony Spilotro. He gave him
Wow,
that
Oh,
gun.
wow. Wow.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course,
He was a
wasn't
heavyweight, man.
illegal or
I
anything,
mean, what happened to him
you
though
know.
was brutal, but he was big. He was up there though, but he just,
Yeah.
I think he wanted to think that he wanted to take control of everything, and he was dangerous guy, man. Dangerous.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
got a little too
when
crazy
they
there
went out to Vegas,
towards
they didn't
the
even know
end.
what to do when they went out there. They were freaking put holes in buildings. They called them the hole in the wall gang.
Yep.
Yeah, like they literally,
Colada,
Gino,
Frank
they pull
Colada,
up
and them
with
guys.
trucks and the
Uh-huh.
box trucks and just knock the
Yep.
walls out and drop everything.
Dang.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of
When they
how
How
it
did
was.
you
busted them
go from
guys,
jazz to Ozzy? Like you said something about. Explain to me how
Mhm.
you don't have to say the musician's name if you don't want to. It's not disrespecting him, but you were like big time into like jazz and like into a certain musician. I know who it is, but then you went
Oh
into
yeah, yes.
when was it with Ozzy? Like,
Mhm.
how did you? What was it about Ozzy that
Okay.
changed
Well,
your
well, playing
style?
jazz. When you go out and play jazz for a living and you do it every night for over 20 years, you get sick of it. You know.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I wanted to, I didn't want to do the whole tuxedo piano bar thing. I got tired of that. I wanted to actually, jam, be a rock star, play loud, sing loud,
Yeah.
And so I got more and more into rock. I moved out to Las Vegas for a couple of years in 2007. And there was a guitar player fellow there by the name of Brian Thompson. Shout out to Brian. He taught me a lot about classic rock and introduced me to all kinds of different rock and the Doors, the Cars, and the Who, and all kinds of stuff. Ozzy, Black Sabbath, all that stuff. Metallica, we used to just sit in his truck and drive around, and he would just explain to me every song and every artist and stuff. So Ozzy kind of like been just popped in and out of my life a lot with being on the TV show and everything. He was always like
Yeah.
sort of around, and I knew he was hilarious on the show. I would always laugh from him and stuff. And the more and more I got into him, the more I related to him, because I did have a chance to meet some of my other musical heroes. And to tell you the truth, once I met them in person, they say don't meet your heroes. It's very true, because I had nothing in common with them guys. I loved their music and I loved everything about them, and they were my idols. But to actually talk to them, it was kind of very awkward and
Yeah.
felt weird all the time and stuff. And I found that with a lot of people. But for some reason with Ozzy, it doesn't feel like that at all. I mean, I've never got the chance to meet him, but I know if I have, I would have felt very comfortable with Ozzy.
Yeah.
I relate to him for some reason, and feel just like I just have a feeling like he would have been a good friend if I would have known him in person, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a shame you didn't get to meet him. I didn't either. So,
Yeah, and he's very, very
Yeah.
like that's a great like line because I met some other people. Speaking of the Doors, I met one of them who was like an idol of me because I played keyboards and stuff, and he was a dick, big time, big dick.
Yeah.
And then I ended up meeting the guitarist and freaking what do you call it, smoking weed with them out of a can in Atlantic City. Yeah, out of a can because his son, Robbie Krieger's son, came up to my buddy and asked if we had any weed. And then they went in there and they were smoking inside the dressing room. And I remember Robbie's like, "Hey, if you want to get a ride back to the hotel, these guys we're thinking, yeah, let's do it." And then, but his son was like, "Nah, we'll come back though with you." But we smoked with him real quick. He was cool. My good buddy Vince, who lives in Los Angeles, jams with him now. Yeah, but he was a great guy though. Yeah, man, Zarek though was just I know I don't want to talk shit on him. These I don't like talk bad on people who aren't here anymore to defend themselves. But he was just arrogant and pompous. But what are you gonna do? You know,
He was
Ozzy
like that with
was the
everyone.
best. Ozzy was great. I met Ozzy, and he actually took the time to like say he didn't have to do it, but like he was great, man. He was great. And this was like during 2005 when the Osbournes came out, the Prince of Darkness box set just dropped, and yeah, it was great, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. I've yet to talk to anyone who's ever met him and said he was an asshole.
Right.
You know, really.
Right. Exactly.
So,
You know, and that's something else that pisses me off about people. Okay, when it like a lot of people are surprised when they see me into Ozzy, especially people that know me all my life, being from the jazz world and everything. They're very surprised by it, and they're like, "Well, why? How did you do that?" Just like you asked me just now, you know. But when I tell them, you know, I can tell right away when somebody doesn't know shit about Ozzy. You know, but just by the way they answer me or say something, I know exactly you don't know shit about the man. Okay. And I hate it when I get this shit that, you know, oh, he's an evil guy. And what are you licking that fucking asshole for? And, you know, even gets deeper into people telling me about religious stuff and all that. I got in an argument with a priest on YouTube that was saying that Ozzy went to hell. Okay.
Yeah. See, I'll tell you something right now. That priest does not make that decision.
Yeah, and then he went on and saying that Ozzy's gonna pull me down there and I'm gonna be there too and shit. So I got into it with this guy. I was like, who the fuck are you to fucking challenge my fucking whatever I believe in, my faith and everything, you know? Just because I like a guy's music, you know? Because I, you know, I'm a fan of some guy that, you know. So anyway, you know, when people say that shit about me, I know they don't know nothing about the guy because as soon as you look into it, I mean, if you just literally Google, was Ozzy Osbourne evil or something like that, it'll come up and tell you, no, he was not. You know, if you look into it, he never said, oh, well, and then they give you the argument, well, he made satanic music and, you know, he praised Aleister Crowley and all this shit. Well, go listen to those songs because I don't see him telling you to go out and fucking sacrifice a child tonight. He's just telling you not to fuck with it, basically. He's saying,
well, what he's saying, Mr. Crowley, it's just basically he's just asking him questions like, you know, you fooled other people. Like he's basically he's like taunting him in a way, like you know. And it says, but how about Jimmy Page bought Aleister Crowley's estate and would actually do those sacrifices, but you don't hear nothing. That's why I don't call him the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy. I don't call him that. That's his marketing name. But
you know what I do with people? You know what I do with people? If people tell me about he's evil and stuff, especially if he's like burning in hell, they say, I ask them like this, I pull this out of them. I say, okay, well, let me ask you something. Do you think Bela Lugosi is burning in hell right now? And they say, no. Why would you say that? I said, well, you know, they used to call him the Prince of Darkness too. And also the guy made movies about devil bats and everything and, you know, occults and so is he burning in hell because of that? Because he had the same gig, but it was only a different era and on a different level.
Well, that's what I said.
The exact fucking thing.
I put up. I made a pre-record about this topic because all the Christians came out with their monetized channels when he passed, saying is Ozzy Osbourne going to heaven or hell? And it's just a joke, man. You know, people who you're not supposed to do that. There's one person, there's one judge, you know? So that's weird that priest is saying, oh, he's in hell. You got to look into it. And the bottom line is that's all marketing, the Prince of Darkness and all that. It's all
one more
marketing.
thing about that. one more thing about Ozzy was, you know what? He played the mumbling idiot, but that was all an act. Because the man was
Oh, yeah.
smart. He was
Yeah.
very intelligent. Okay.
Yeah.
And even down to he put it right in front of your face, right in front of everybody's face, what people don't realize. Look at him. He's wearing a giant fucking cross right
Yeah.
in your face, putting it there.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
even if
He's
you,
always got the
if you,
crucifix on.
yeah, why is he wearing that then if he's evil? You know, why was he praying backstage? Why is there videos of him going like and praying and kneeling
Hey.
backstage? You know,
Yeah.
it
If
was his
anyone was
job. It was an
evil,
act. It wasn't mean. Yeah.
if
Yeah,
it was,
from God
if
Bless
anyone
He
Ozzy
comes
was,
out
Osbourne, you
on that
see that.
1980. There's a
I tell
video
you,
of him with Randy Rhoads
uh-huh.
from '82, and as soon as he comes out on the stage, he's holding the giant cross. As soon as he comes
Right.
in,
Yeah.
he goes, he shows
Diary
us
of
the whole
Madman tour.
audience. I think that he's actually doing that to like protect the stage or something, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
put it
listen,
right out there for
he-
you to see, but people didn't
what
get
he
it.
did, listen, what he did with the bat thing when it was an accident, he milked that. And same thing like with the
Right.
Dove thing and all that when he was just all drunk and stuff. The bat thing was an accident, but he milked it and he became this mythical, this mythical man that, you know, people thought were like hanged, you know, like he said, they think that he sleeps upside down, hanging upside down like a bat. And he's
Yeah.
got fucking fangs and did all this stuff. It's just, it's laughable, man. How about
Well,
this?
you know,
Everyone who made a bad horror movie, I guess they're all going to hell too, right? It's the
well, what about
entertainment business.
Ronnie
Right.
James Dio? Ronnie James Dio took over for Black Sabbath, sang for Black Sabbath, and he was just as bad as Jimmy Page. And I think they cohorted together with the whole thing. So, you know,
Yeah.
he was way worse
And
than
he was an
Ozzy.
asshole too.
You never heard any shit about him ever, and he was truthful about it. He'd tell you everyone to their face. So, you know, for Ozzy to get all that when he's
Yeah.
wearing a cross, he has
And
a
he
Bible, you know,
he seemed like a
doesn't
dick
make sense.
too, Ronnie James Dio. I hate to say it, but
Yeah, I met
the
him
stuff
once.
I
Yeah,
seen
no,
on
he's
Ronnie James
arrogant
Dio.
though. Yeah, he's arrogant and stuff like
Yeah.
that though, and like all the shit that he talked on Ozzy like afterwards and stuff like that. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So that's why Bill Ward was very uncomfortable. And prayers to Bill Ward. Something came out
Yeah.
today though but he said he's not sick. He's just in a he's just in a wheelchair for like if he's like if you see me in a wheelchair, it's just that
Yeah.
I'm coasting here or there. I saw that article today.
Right.
A big Bill Ward
Yeah, I
fan.
saw that too. Yeah.
But Pat,
Saw
you
that
know,
too.
Pat's very religious and Catholic, and he knows, like, you know, like it's BS. Pat sings freaking Ozzy songs, and he'd be the
Oh, yeah.
first to know or
Yeah.
not do it if he was actually like that. And that angered me. All these channels when he died, is he going to heaven or hell? Well, with ours, then they like they show all these things, and they're like, well, after looking over everything, it looks like maybe maybe hell, but definitely purgatory. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are
Yeah.
My
you?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's only one
anyone who tells anyone where they're going, God's looking at them saying,
Right.
"No, that's where you're
Right.
going, because I'm
Yeah.
the judge." All
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Fucking
Exactly. Exactly.
bullshit.
Nobody can say that about anybody.
Pastor
So,
said it
so
best: "Don't
right,
judge,
right.
Yeah.
So,
pray."
Chris,
Don't ju-
after you got into the, you know, rock and roll part, Ozzy Osbourne and all that. So, where'd you go? Where'd you go? You progressed from there to where you're at right now. Is that kind of where we're at?
Yes. I got to doing the jazz thing and kind of playing live in itself too, because I mean I love big stages that are fun and everything, you know, but there's
Yeah.
not the music world has dwindled, especially
Yeah.
here in Chicago. There's not many places to play anymore. It's not really happening like that anymore. So if you
Yeah.
do want to be a working musician, you have to play like in restaurants and stuff. And that's not really what I want to do. I did that for so long. After 20 years of doing that, you start to feel like a clown a little bit, you know, playing in front of people eating dinner. It's just not
Yeah.
what I wanted to do. So I moved my heart to the studio because I enjoy it more. I like creating. I'm a creator. So I feel more comfortable in the studio. And it's
Right.
more rewarding because you get something afterwards to keep. You can listen to it and you can use it and, you know, add
Yeah.
it to your portfolio or whatnot. So, I mean, it costs me money to do it. I'm not making any money doing it, but I don't
Right.
care as of right now because it's what I like to do and it keeps me
Right.
happy. It keeps me sane.
Right.
So if something good happens out of it down the line, great, but if
Yeah.
not, I'm having a good time along the way. So that's where I'm at with that. Just
Right.
as long as I'm
That's what it's
creating,
all
it's all I
about.
can
Yeah.
do. And
Passion.
yeah,
That's your
you know,
And do you also
yeah,
do your own separate podcast on your channel as well? Or is it just
I
strictly
do.
your music? Okay. So, and that's,
No, I do. I do podcasts. I do interviews. I started doing recently, interviewing different musicians here from Chicago and remotely too. If there's any
yeah,
musicians out there that want to come on my podcast and have an interview or have a conversation, maybe a few laughs, just contact me. I got the same invitation you do, Loomis. Anybody's welcome to come on my show anytime, and so are you
Mhm.
Yeah, and
guys.
that's what I'm trying to
You
get my
know,
laptop back on here for, so I can put the link in the comments
yeah.
of your YouTube. I'll get
yeah.
there. But
Yeah,
you could carry
if
on.
you
Go
go
ahead,
onto
Gina.
YouTube,
Good question, Gina.
Thanks. Yeah. So, I saw I think it was a short. Maybe I was just scrolling through your page and I saw something regarding Marvin Gaye and some musician that was playing with Marvin Gaye. I did not have a chance to
yes,
watch that. So yeah, because
James
I really,
Jamerson.
yeah, I
Mhm.
love Marvin Gaye. I mean, who doesn't
That
love
was one of
Marvin
my
Gaye?
early. That was one of my early influences. Marvin Gaye. Um,
Yeah,
like I
right
said
on.
earlier, I did jazz and a lot of R&B too as well with the jazz.
Right, right.
Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, all the Motown stuff, old
Yeah,
stuff. All the
yeah,
party stuff, dance stuff, and all that.
right on.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
All the '70s good stuff. That I was a part of that from a baby. So
Yeah.
I fell in love with Marvin Gaye in particular, his music and his bass player, who his name is James Jamerson.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he has just become, unfortunately, now within the last 20 years or so. But the whole time he was at Motown, he was the house bass player for Motown. So everything you're
Oh
hearing from
wow.
Motown, maybe 90% of it has his bass playing on it. All those
Wow.
things, the Four
Wow.
Tops and Stevie Wonder stuff
Oh
and all
wow.
the old Motown, every almost. So
That's neat.
got his recognition late in life. So it inspired me to make a tribute to them two guys, Marvin Gaye and James Jamerson. And
Right.
we recorded some songs from the What's Going On album. We covered it,
Mhm.
me and my guys, and we put it out there, and it got pretty good views. It's like 45,000 views right now, which
Oh,
is a
that's
whole lot
good.
Nice.
for me.
Yeah.
To other
Yeah.
No,
people, I
no,
know it
it's
might
good,
not be
man.
nothing, but to me,
No, real
45,000 is
good.
pretty good.
No,
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yep.
And I apologize again. I don't
So
know why
I
my
got a lot of
laptop's down.
different. I got a lot of different influences. I like a lot of different kind of music. I can go from hard rock to R&B to jazz to blues. Like
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's
cool.
good because if you have all
Yeah.
those influences, though, that's just more ammunition, though, for your playing. Like, if they're your influences, though,
Right.
you have so many and it just
Yep.
mix them all
And
together.
I put
Do you write your own music?
yeah.
Nice.
I
That's
wish
nice.
I had that talent. Wish I had the talent to be a songwriter.
Oh,
I've tried it, but the hard thing is coming up with lyrics. I just cannot write any lyrics. I don't have that talent. I don't know how people do it. I mean, I have a lot of respect for people that do it. That is a tremendous talent, but that's just one talent I don't have.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you could still, I mean, you still play, I mean, playing jazz and all that stuff. It's like, you improv and all
Oh
that on
yeah.
that, right?
Oh yeah.
Would,
I can put music together all day long, but when it comes to the lyrics, I get stuck. So
Yeah.
oh,
that's
yeah,
where the
yeah. That's
problem
what I was
lies.
saying, though. Writing music, you could write. It's just the lyric aspect.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it
I
the
can arrange a
actual
whole fucking
words
orchestra.
or is it the words for the lyrics or the melody part or both?
The
Because like
words is the
the
problem. I
word,
can't come up
gotcha.
with the words.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I'm,
and it's tough.
yeah. Yeah. I'm good at rhyming. Like I do a lot of, when I send out like birthday cards or something, I'll put like little poems in there for like, you know, personalized poems and stuff, but that's about as far as I go. I've never tried to write a song, but I could see where it would be difficult, you know.
Very,
And
very
putting it into
difficult.
melody is
I
difficult
just go blank.
over a different riff. It's tough.
Right, right, right.
Mhm.
Which Ozzy was one
Yeah.
of the best at doing.
Yeah,
The
he was
best.
insane.
The best. Yes.
Hmm.
He
Yeah,
had
his melody
tremendous
maker,
talent
though,
with
like he
that.
would just come right in and just start singing over stuff. Like Zach Wild was saying, 9 out of 10 times, it was like the first time he came in, he would just boom, he would just have that melody, and you know, it's just fantastic, fantastic. And he always had like great ideas. Like he'd come up like with stuff like Diary of a Madman and stuff like that, like great titles. Like he'd start off like writing stuff, and then you know would have whether it was Bob Daisley or Lemmy or whatnot, though, writing lyrics, though. And he
Right.
wrote some
He had
lyrics
some
as
help.
well. But Lemmy, funny thing too is though, like you hear a lot of shit though, but Lemmy said the biggest check that he ever got in his life though was for Mama, I'm Coming Home. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I
Really?
mean, he was taken care of real good. You know, you hear a lot of people complain, but I don't know. He said that was his biggest check that he ever got.
Well, I mean, think of
Wow.
all the years he was in Motorhead and doing all that for all those years, as long as Ozzy was in Black Sabbath, and he really never really hit it like Ozzy did, you know.
Well,
So,
into the
No.
mainstream,
right,
yeah. Because he
right.
didn't have the
So,
man like Ozzy
Yeah.
had real good management, and that just
yeah,
kept pushing. Ozzy really didn't want to do that stuff too. You could even hear him. He's like, I just want to play rock and roll, but
right,
it was very
Right.
good management, which kept him going
right,
steady for 50 years. I mean, to stay relevant that long
yeah.
without even
Well,
Mhm.
changing like your
you
style of
know,
your music.
to Lemmy's credit, he did it too. He just did it his own way. He just didn't give a fuck about
Oh yeah, no, you
any
go see
good
Lemmy at the
Steve
Rainbow. He'd
and
be in the
Jay,
corner there playing the I forget the name of the game on the machine there though, but
the
he'd always be in
poker,
an
whatever.
apartment right
Yeah,
behind there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So,
Ozzy took him he gave him a book on like Nazis, and he's like asking about writing like lyrics, and he's like, Lemmy's like, yeah, come back in a couple hours, and Ozzy's like, a couple hours. He's like, I come back. He's like, here's a set of lyrics. He wrote 3 set of lyrics in 3 hours, and he goes, and the book shit. And Ozzy's like, you read the book? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Lemmy
right,
was something else, man.
Yeah, man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he
Mhm.
passed away 17 days after his last show.
yeah. Exactly
Same
You're
as
like
kidding,
Ozzy.
Ozzy.
really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
yep,
that.
Yep.
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. They were
That's
close.
something.
I've interviews with Ozzy, like, Ozzy's like, I miss him so much. They had the Lemmy
Yeah.
stage on Ozfest. And
yeah.
the
Yeah.
one dog, I put the video up today. The one dog Kelly had at the house, though, the name was Lemmy and stuff. They were
Yeah.
very close.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's kind of ironic that bass players are the lyricists for Ozzy, and
Yeah.
I can't do it. It's like Lemmy played bass. He wrote great lyrics, and so Geezer was the lyricist for Black Sabbath.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
He's the bass player.
And Daisley,
He's the one who
too.
came up with
Yeah.
all the lyrics.
But to be fair to
And
you,
Daisley,
like
that's
to
right.
yourself, is you do a lot already, so your head's probably constantly going with ideas
Yes.
and music and notes and things. So words are probably like the last fucking thing you think of because it never was like your thing,
Mhm.
and
yeah.
especially like the
Exactly.
jazz,
Right.
you
Gina's
know.
right though, and you're not just strumming. Like when you're playing stuff like that, I even give props to guys like James Hetfield and Dave
Yeah.
Mustaine though, like how fast though, like how Hetfield just down picks, and he's able to sing like that. Like you know what I mean? Like while
Yeah.
doing that, like a different melody is very hard,
Yeah.
extremely hard.
Oh yeah.
I give those guys credit.
I give myself migraine headaches, really bad migraine headaches, because
I bet.
my mind is
His mind is stuck.
Yeah. Where do you go?
His mind is stuck.
Oh,
If we lost, and I pull you out, just come right back in the same way. It happens. These networks,
Yeah.
the lives, you gotta bear with the lives here. That's what
Yeah.
I'll do. I'll tell him to
That's
come
what I
back
do.
in. Hold on.
Okay.
He's not gonna be
Okay.
able to come back in this way. Hold on 1 second. I got to I don't know what's wrong with my laptop. Hold on. Where the hell did I Gina, I don't even know where to find him on this thing. Meaning
On your
like how
phone?
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right here.
Got it.
Removed from stage. Boom. Yeah, he'll come right back in. I'll just he'll know.
Okay.
I think you can hear us. Chris, just come back in the same way and you'll be fine. But yeah, you make a good point though, Gina. That's very hard to do. Very hard to do to sing, even like on piano, because you're already doing splitting your head, with the left hand and the right hand, and the
Right.
way how people sing, it's very impressive to me. Very impressive.
Right. So
Let's see what we
I
got
think
though,
it's
real quick in the comments while we're waiting for him though to come back.
right. Might as well.
Matt Petunis, what's going
Matt.
on?
Hey,
Thanks for
Matt.
being here, brother. Matt in the house.
Yeah.
What's up, Gina? That's from Matt. Who else we got? Pat, as always. What do we got? Does Chris
No,
have
Chris is
any
starting.
recorded Ozzy music we can hear? He did some paranoid thing that I shared.
It's
He'll
on
come
his
back on and
YouTube
explain.
channel, and I think
Yeah.
it's Chris Godla, just his name. If you
Yeah.
search Chris Godla, you'll see his picture, and I think he's got like 1,000 subscribers right now, or 1,500.
Well, there's his. There it is. Thank you, Pat. There's his channel, and hit
There
that.
you go. Yeah,
And to subscribe, and he's gonna come back in. That's the one thing, Gene, about these lives.
it happens, Loomis. I know.
It's a pain in the balls, but what are you gonna
I
do?
know.
I'm trying to see comments, and they're so small.
I know.
Baz, what's up? Well,
Mr.
there'll
Bass.
be some bad concerts there then. Oh, what are they talking about? Ozzy was a beautiful person inside and out.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, okay, it's an entertainment business, and people just want to throw shade on freaking every little thing. I always wonder about that people if they even have a life. Like even now, his kid went to that White House card on the UFC because he likes fighting. So he went to
Right.
go watch a fight, and everyone's like, that. Get a life. Shut up.
Right. Right.
Shut the fuck up, you sheep.
Right.
I'm just being honest, and I'm not, it's just, I think it's bullshit, and you gotta fucking, I don't know. Don't you have
it's
anything
okay
better to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to sit in your house and say, well, that's fucked up. Maybe I don't agree with that, or, but to sit there and type something out and say, your dad would be this, that, or the other, how the fuck do they know? Like, unless they personally knew him, which, I mean, that's just ridiculous. The stuff he
Yeah.
was getting was ridiculous.
First off, wait, though, his dad would be pissed? No, he wouldn't at all.
I know.
At all.
I know.
And
He would have been there.
so, yeah, get the fuck out of here. And he went to watch a fight. And then
Right.
they're like, oh, that's a big political statement, blah, blah, blah. No, he went to watch a fight. It's just,
Right.
it's just funny that, because they're under a microscope. You gotta give them that. They are under a microscope, and then after just losing them and stuff like that. And people do, you may disagree with the way they're going. That's fine. We all know I disagree with some of the things, but at the same time, that's just ridiculous.
Right. Plus, he got a last minute invitation. It's not like he said, I'm going to go, to the White House and I'm going to go watch the fight and I'm going to go out of my way and find a way to get there. He didn't. It just kind of
even if he did, who cares? What if he did though? Who cares?
But I mean, it just to the facts. Get the facts right, people.
Yeah, exactly. That too. But I'm saying though, even if he did, that's where the fight happened to be. And it was a hell of a fight. It was one of the best fights ever if you're a UFC fan. So, whatever. He went to go see a fight. He wasn't there to see the president, all that stuff that people are all bitching about. He went to see a fight. So,
it was very American feeling to me versus the prior cabinet who had his party there, which I will not say what it was, but it was so far from what was there this time. So, if you're telling me you don't agree with this, but you agree with the other, then there's got to be something wrong with you because the other was not.
No. And the other though was also, and I'm not afraid to say it though, but it was just
rainbows.
I don't even know. It was just weird. And listen, how this country, how we got to this this freedom from our forefathers from fighting hard and this and that, and seeing those fighters there and coming out, and everyone's like, it's like a gladiator thing. I don't know what happened to people. It's a fight. Relax. Calm down. Who cares? That bothers you so much but yet a guy who can't even fucking talk or walk, he's great. Yeah, he's great. Like I don't know. I'm not left, right, or whatever. The Democrats are exactly the same as the right. It's all ran by freak. They're all. That's why they would have fucking blew them apart on the Epstein file if they could, but they couldn't because it's all loaded with Democrats. And everything that's going on in the world today was going on when Obama was there. It's just that the cell phones are out and now people are seeing everything. They don't.
There was more people deported from ICE on Obama's term than there ever has been with Donald Trump. But yet Trump gets more heat for it. But anyways, we're turning political. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I just wanted to bring that up. Well, it was about Jack Osbourne, so it was relevant. But it's just
it's ridiculous how the news hypes up certain aspects of politics. So I really just try not to pay attention to the politics part. I feel no way. I feel no way.
Create something create something or like do something. Like I don't understand. Like I always say, do these people work? Do they do anything? Like who are always at these protests that are going like nuts? It's like I don't know, do something.
That is their job.
I'm not like a Trumper or anything like that. But what was great about our last administration?
Those people get paid. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So
then they get picked up by a car. They incite it, and then they there's videos of them. It's all. I don't want to go there now. I went there because we brought up the White House thing.
Right.
My point is, I just say get a life, and if you don't like what I have to say, then fuck off. Right. All right. Seriously.
Fucking ditto.
I'm sick of the bullshit. You know what it is? You know what YouTube and Instagram or Facebook comments are? All they are is people throwing stones at glass houses. That's all they are.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right.
And what you got to realize, I put a comment up today for the Bufalino channel that got like 672 likes, and then there'll be like 4 of those people like blah blah blah. You got to realize though, there's more people that get it. It's just though that we see the people who actually type, because the people who don't type and stuff, they actually have a life and all that stuff. So yeah, no, I'll be going on that. I want to make sure he's all right. Hold on.
Yeah, text him or something.
Yeah, hold it.
Okay. Anyways, you got to get off that topic real quick. How about Kelly? Kelly got a new tattoo I saw of, I believe it's her dad's eyeglasses that he's wear all the time on her leg. Looks really cute. I did get a video of that today. She looks a lot more happy than she is definitely a lot more happy. I think it's a good move that she went where she is with, baby Sydney. And I don't think it's a bad place for him to grow up. I think it's better there than around here right now. So, plus he's with his grandma. So can't beat that. Now I'm left hanging. All right, no comments. Left hanging. Well, I hope everyone's okay. I hope everyone had a good 4th of July. I hope that everyone's healthy. And
he just probably like, oh my God, where'd he go? Where'd he go? No, I know you hold it down great. So he said that he wasn't able to get in with that link. I had to resend him the link.
Okay.
So sorry about that. I forgot that, because I'm so used to picking up the phone when I'm on the laptop. I forgot that it cuts out like that. So I didn't mean to leave you hanging.
Oh, it's okay. No big deal.
See, he's back.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to go like this. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Second.
There we are.
There we are. He's back.
I'm back.
All right, buddy. So where we were at before, though, was you were talking. Oh, but that was the Marvin. Gina brought up something about Marvin Gaye. So when did you stop, though, really doing the jazz stuff and all that?
Probably about a good 8 to 10 years ago now. Just totally moved over to rock, and as Ozzy was getting more ill and more in the news, I kept hearing about him and stuff. And then the Back to the Beginning concert was coming up. So that's something that really changed my whole life around once that started happening.
Yeah, that show was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
what a send on. I mean, that when I was watching that show, it took me right back to freaking. I saw my whole life like flashing before my eyes because I'd always go see all those bands play when I was younger, and it was incredible. What a send off.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, when I started to see the support of all those groups coming together and seeing them so excited about it and so much respect for Black Sabbath and Ozzy and everything, and it was just like a certain magic was in the air, man, for
Yeah.
the, you know, the genre. It was unbelievable to see all them guys come together like that, you know.
Yeah, and also Tony Iommi and them were saying like during the rehearsals, they're like, I don't know, man, like, you know, he wasn't doing that good, and he was, you know, so they were all like nervous and stuff. But it was when he came out, man, I was nervous too, and they pulled him out, and then once he started singing, I was shocked. Like even when you hear Crowley and stuff, of course, it's not exactly like from the album. The guy's got 17 days left to freaking live, and he's on death's door, sitting there. He didn't take any of his pills. So he's up there freaking strapped in on that thing and didn't take any of his meds and feel all that. And I thought that he sounded incredible. He was like spraying stuff in his, you know, he was trying so hard and he did awesome. Yeah. Of course, their mom coming home, he got choked up and stuff like that. I thought that was real cool though. When Zach Wildo pulls the freaking mic by him and starts helping him out. Yeah, that was badass. He's like, I got your back, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was that was the saddest
incredible.
part. Yeah, it was sad that there were so many tears during that song. It was insane, you know.
Oh yeah. No, I mean the whole place was like bawling their eyes out. It was what did he say at the end there in Sabbath? Thank you. You gave us the lifestyle. Listen, Ozzy wasn't making any money from that. He trained. That's just proof that he had so much love for his fans.
Right.
He knew he was on. He knew he was on death's door, and he just wanted to get out there for them. Like it wasn't to do anything. It wasn't like, oh, I got to do this to help my own. No, it was all for the fans.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's what I loved about that, man. That's what I loved about that, man. And and I'm going to stay away, though, from the drama about new stuff that's coming out. But it just makes you wonder, like, because you know how Ozzy, he doesn't need anything. His legacy's fine. So it's like, I question, are you trying to make Ozzy stay relevant, or are you trying to make yourselves stay relevant? And people aren't going to like that, but no, that's my conclusion on that. But Ozzy, this channel's for Ozzy, and I love his daughter Kelly. So Regina, we're doing that pre-record on her. Don't forget, she's great. She's definitely her father's daughter, and but Ozzy doesn't need nothing to keep his legacy alive. Like I said, Gina, when I was in high school, I knew about Floyd, the Doors, the Who, Zeppelin, without all this AI, but not AI, without all this internet stuff. So you don't need all that, you know. And listen, if it's to help get through grieving and stuff, then amen. I'm not gonna. I'm not. You know, if that's what it is, I can't. I get it. I understand that completely. Doesn't, you know, a lot of people don't agree with it, but that's the way it is. But I just miss that man so much because I don't want to say it. Never mind. I can't say it. I got upset over him this week, Gina. I thought I told you. Yeah, I was like, I had to pull over when I was watching that Crowley thing. I had to pull over. I got upset though, but he would never just say like to fans, like, I'm doing good. I got all your money anyway. So I miss him. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not afraid to speak my mind if you can't tell, but it's just, you know, it's sorry. I don't kiss the ring.
You know, like
I wear the ring. I don't kiss the ring. I got Russell Bufalino's ring right here, so I'm good. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it is his ring,
but he's right. You know, Loomis and I are kind of on the grounds, from what you said, on the same grounds as I don't give a shit who the hell you think you are. You're not going to treat me like that. You're not going to talk to me like that, or you're not going to be like that. You know, that's just, you know,
we speak our mind.
Cool because we're, you know, a little bit older than maybe the younger generation. They don't get that, but you know, it's just the way we were raised.
Right. He done it for the fans. He truly loved his fans. Yeah. I mean, he really did. Because you can't even think of another explanation why. And then after that, he went into the Comic-Con for a week. And out there in Birmingham for the fans, and I have a video of him actually backstage that nobody like, but it's very well. I don't know whose side, but I have a video of him with Scott Ian backstage. It's so fucking sad, but of him like signing his guitar and stuff. He's like, I tried, and the way he's talking is just so sad. But he was the best. He did, and he even looked up at Scott Ian. He's like, Youngblood song, that's all going for the charity. Like he was just like, man, he was so pure. Like, you know, like he was just so real, authentic as you could get. And there'll never be another one, man. There'll never, ever be another one. And everyone says that. Even other rock stars say that. Like, you know, he loved his fans without a doubt. And he's the guy, Chris, he would leave his house and go drinking with like the farmers and stuff like that around his neighbor. He never liked going out to big events. Like he hated that stuff. And he'd rather go just sit. That's where he was comfortable. He never changed with the mic. He himself. Yeah. He may have had fancy jewelry and stuff like that, but him as a person never, like, he was so humble towards his fans and his people.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the story about when the firemen came over for the fire and he started drinking with them and got them all drunk?
Yeah. That's how he is. That's how he is. Did you ever hear the story about when him and Zach Wilde, they were playing a show and they, the hell is that? Oh, sorry. They were playing a show and I forget what town they were in, but then Ozzy's like, I want to go out. So him and Zach went to like a normal, like little corner bar and they went and played with the house band, Crazy Train and like Bark at the Moon. Then they went to the people's house. Zach said 6 a.m. the sun's coming up. He's like, oh my God, we're dead because they had a show that night. He's like, where's Oz? Yeah. He looks, it's the first video I put up on here the day before Ozzy died. And Ozzy's in the kitchen, chopping up lines and holding court with the whole like everyone in there, like just like imagine that, just fucking Ozzy. Just that's how he was. That's how he was, man. Yeah, he was just, but it's so sad, man. Like it really hit me the other day. I miss him, man, to death.
Yeah,
he was definitely America's guest.
Yeah, and you know what though? They call him the Prince of Darkness. Well, I'll tell you what, if he was the Prince of Darkness, the world got a little darker when he left. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
For being called the Prince of Darkness, he brought a lot of light to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the guy's name? That guy who sang the Osbourne theme songs, the Pat Boone. Crazy.
Yeah.
Pat Boone.
Yeah, he said that he was next door neighbors with them, and he said they called him the Prince of Darkness. He's like, I saw Ozzy. He goes, Ozzy, Pat yelled to him, hey, Ozzy, blah, blah, blah. And Ozzy's like, hey, I'm going to an AA meeting. He goes, I'll stop back when I get back. And Pat Boone, like, all right, yeah, whatever. He's like, no, Ozzy came back over and they had coffee and stuff. And he's like, I call him the Prince of Kindness. He was the nicest guy that you could like imagine. Yep. Like, it's all, like I said, the marketing, even when I was young, with the Speak of the Devil, like, album and stuff. When you're a kid, you have a different impression, of course.
Oh, I lived straight through that satanic panic bullshit. But my my parents didn't hold me back from music. So I was lucky, but it was pretty much hell. It was
you were through that because Victrola talks about that a lot too. And the what do you call it? When the Cardinal guy, the song Suicide Solution, they said it was his fault. The kid killed himself, but the parents can't take no accountability whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
It was crazy. I mean, but back then it was like crazy times, I mean, there was a lot of right after Blizzard and Diary of a Mad and Diary came out, it was like this big, huge explosion of just heavy metal and just like it just was huge. I mean, music was huge in the 80s and stuff like that. It was still booming like from the 60s to maybe the end of the 90s at the most.
Yeah, like grunge, like after the grunge era, really, yeah.
But other than that, it's like, it's dying down. It's a dying industry unless you're doing it, like Loomis said, on YouTube or something. You get more off this than you do trying to go sign with someone, I mean, because you can't sell out stadiums really too much. I mean, small places, that's one thing, but not a restaurant. I see what you're saying. Something, like a theater or something, but to sell out stadiums anymore, they're asking so much money. People just can't. They don't want to do that shit no more.
It's ridiculous. Ticket prices
It
are
is.
insane. They're
It
absolutely
is.
insane.
Yeah.
And plus, though, yeah, like you were saying, Gina, like playing live's fun. Like that's the only thing. It is fun. And
Right.
I remember doing it. And yeah, Chris, this is how I used to look with the
Yeah.
long hair, with the triple stack keyboard there. That was probably back in 2008. But
Wow.
now you could just play on YouTube and freaking you have way more people though that see you anyway. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and you know,
Right.
but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I think you're a studio musician now, and I think though that's like a smart bet to go, especially now. Now
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just it's
Yeah.
not like it used to be.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would never though discourage
Yeah.
anyone away from their dreams. I'm just saying everything's too technical now, technology
Yeah.
and all that. With the it's you know they're giving artists like AI awards and stuff and. See, don't bring
Yeah.
up it. I was telling myself, don't bring
Yeah.
up AI. I get mad. But
Mhm.
so Chris, Chicago, man, how about this? That's the city, the only city that like I dying to go to in the country that I was never in. I was like, I mean, I had a layover there, but that's about it. It's never in Chicago.
Oh, you got to come down. Come
Yeah,
down,
well,
man, for sure.
yeah, oh man, I'd
You
love to,
know,
absolutely though, because Splatro and them though, what part did they live in Chicago?
they lived in Elmwood Park, which is a suburb, like maybe like 15 or 20 minutes from the city. It's just on the edge of the city, where it's more suburban, you know, nicer houses and stuff. That's where they lived, but they operated all over the city, south side, north side, everywhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it,
Yep.
you know what happened to him, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He ended
Yeah,
up
so Gina,
in the stick.
yeah, they called him in because they thought that they were going to make his brother, and they went and they didn't beat him with baseball bats like in the movie. They beat him to death with their fist. And who was that one guy, man? He was lethal from Chicago, but he kept getting off of murders. Skinny, real skinny hitman. And he just you look at him and you know you're fucked. Who the fuck was he? No, this guy
Crazy?
was. No, he wasn't crazy like
No,
Lombardi.
Calabrese, I said.
No, not Nick Calabrese, not Joey Lombardo, the clown Lombardo. It was oh my God. I'll figure it out though. But after his trial, when he got found not guilty, that's when that one lawyer wore a wire and got all those judges convicted. There were so many crooked judges out there in Chicago. Like Antonio Cardo, how about that? Never a day in prison. Like that. I
Oh
mean, that's
yeah,
unbelievable. That guy, how? Like, you know, how?
yeah.
That's unbelievable. You know,
Wow.
yeah.
I love that
Him and
one
Carlo
video of him.
Gambino.
Did you see the one video of Tony Accardo when they say, how did you get the nickname Joey Batters? And he said, I don't know. and the guy says, so someone just came up to you and said, your name is Joey Batters? And he said, yeah. It was like
Yeah.
one word
Oh,
answers, you know?
when he was real old
Yeah,
in front of the
no.
Senate. When he's real old,
Yes.
right? In front. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
He's like,
That's
it's like,
funny
no,
shit, man.
and there were like the big tuna and stuff, but he loved fishing and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
you know, people, there's kids, Gina, that robbed this guy's house and they found them like shredded up in dumpsters, like all over the fucking town of Chicago. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And what those other murders that Splatro did, those, what the fuck were they called? The M&M murders or something. And
The
I forget
Eminem, yeah, it's two brothers in the
Yeah.
trunk.
Yeah, and that's like where
Yeah.
the casino where the eyeballs popping out of their head, like they got that idea, but that's not how it really went down. You know, movies always change
Right.
and stuff. But
Right.
did you
They
ever?
said it was
so
actually worse.
it
It was
yeah,
worse than the movie.
oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing. You know, like Black Mass. Like you know, if you've seen that, like Whitey was way worse than even that. Like I mean, these guys were
Yeah.
bad. They were just bad. Some guys did it right. The old school guys. They, you know, I like, you know, the way that they handled the business, but then when the new, you know, out with the old, in with the new came, like this Nicky Scarfos and all that, it was just nuts. And Spilotro was kind of like that. He went down Vegas and he just thought he could take over everything. And they said, nah,
Yeah.
enough's enough. And then
Yeah.
fucking,
And you know what? I got something to add about when they were killed. They went here in Chicago, like the people in the know, they knew that the two brothers were in trouble because the word was out on them. You know, they knew everything was fucking up in Vegas, and you know, indictments were coming down, and there was a lot of shit, a lot of heat going on at the time, and people started worrying for the two brothers. Well, all of a sudden they came up missing. So when they came up missing, you know, people were like, "Oh, well, maybe they ran away, or maybe they're hiding out." But people who knew them, they knew they weren't coming home. And
Yeah.
my dad told me that the word amongst, you know, the street and the friends and everything was, we don't think they're coming back. You know,
Yeah.
everybody knew they weren't coming back when they went missing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It
they
was for
found
sure
him
they
like
weren't
what?
coming
Like
back.
they found him like 2 weeks later in that Indiana cornfield, buried.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so he
Because
had
the
to
guy
watch his
who
brother
buried
get
him,
beat to death. Watched his brother get beat to death, and all he did, you know, Tony was tough though. You know what he did? That one guy was there who I'm talking about who beat him, but he just asked. He said, "Can I say a prayer first?" That's all he said. He said, "Can I
right?
say a prayer?"
Yeah,
He said his prayer.
yeah.
He
He wanted to
done,
say a prayer.
and then that was
Yeah.
it. And they beat
And
him,
see
which was
that
pissed.
even a
Crazy.
killer like him wanted to say a prayer first. So that
Yeah.
tells you you can never
Yeah.
judge anybody. You know.
Exactly.
Well,
Good point.
listen. Yeah, but he killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hey, if
And
I
I
did
can't tell
that,
you.
I'd be
Listen, let me
my
ask you
last
this. Can I
words would
go kill
be
fucking
praying
20
too.
people? And if I tell Gina, I'm going to say a prayer. Man, Loomis got a heart of gold. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not
But it's
laughing at
still
anyone's death.
nobody's,
I thought they went
you
out
know,
hard, man. To see your brother
Yeah.
get killed in front of you,
it's
beaten.
still it's nobody's business to say, you know, what that man in his last moments,
You're
you know,
right.
had in his heart, you know.
I
Right.
won't say
Right.
though that he's in. I will never say that he's in hell or anything. I would never say that.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Right.
saying that if I'm killing a bunch of people, I can't just be like, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to say a couple of our fathers. I'm good. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if I'm good. You know what I mean?
Loomis, can you do me a favor? Can you put me on hold 1 second? I gotta run and grab a charger in the other room. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
buddy. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
go
good.
ahead.
Good.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on
Put me
one
on hold.
second. Let me find your where the hell's his mug at? Oh, I got you. Oops, that's you, Gina. There we
That's
go.
me.
All right, good. So we know he's in. He's back. And what are you doing? Smoking?
Yeah.
Smoking that good shit.
It's just a vape.
And thank you again, though, to Mr. Richard Veltri. If you're out there for last week, I want that office. Love you, Rich. And I got to go back up there now and get my gear. How did I forget that?
It's because you wanted to go back. It's
I
your
didn't want to go.
subconscious.
I didn't want to go back. I had to get back. That was a time thing. I had an appointment.
Well, no, I mean, subconsciously in your head, you put in your mind, I'm just going to leave this shit here, so I have to come back. That's what I think. I don't think it just
No,
happened.
because I then what am I going to do here? I can't do shows and stuff. He lives far.
I know. It's a reason to go see him, though.
No, I go
Right.
see Richie. Richie wants me. Richie said I go see him anytime I want. Like I don't need to I don't need to leave something there. I can call him tomorrow and be like, Richie, I'll be there in a
I
day or
know.
two.
I was just messing
And
around.
he's the type of guy. He's like, you good? You got you know you need. Yeah, I'll throw you some money. I'm like, no, Rich, I'm good. Yeah, he's great.
He's so
He's
nice.
fucking. Oh
Yeah.
man, he's the man, and he's been
Yeah.
through. You
And
know,
his wife.
good drummer, real good
Yeah.
drummer. He's like a
Yeah.
rocker. He was the rock and roll gangster. I call him. You know, but yeah, Chris is just getting a charger, and you know it sucks with my phone. Do you have to do it too? When I'm doing this show, it starts fading out the light, and I have to keep tapping my phone. Does yours do that?
No.
Yeah. See, I don't know what's going on, man, with all my stuff, man. This sucks. I gotta get together. I gotta get it
Well,
together.
I
Gina.
don't have like my screen doesn't turn black for. I think I have it set for the longest time I can.
Yep.
But that
Let me
doesn't
see if I
shouldn't
can see
do
some
it.
comments. Let me know, Gene, if you see him underneath. What's up,
Okay.
Veronica?
Veronica.
Great to see you with the LOL.
Yeah.
Always great to see you.
Yeah.
All right. Who else we got? So let me scroll. There's Victrol.
Victrola.
Hi, guys. Sorry I can't stay for this, Loomis and Gina. I sent you an email from my Yahoo mail, but never perfect. Hello to Chris. Talk later. All right. Thank you. Thank you for
Perfect.
letting me know that, Victrol, because I wanted to get in touch with you today about that. And thank you. I will be in touch later on after this, right when we're wrapping up here. Thank you so much, Victrol. All right, where's this guy at? Where's this guy at? Come on, Chris. We got Geraldo Rivera doing a special. On the freaking Al Capone? Remember that when they were going to open up Al Capone's vault and there was fucking nothing in it? They made a big deal
Oh
about
my
it.
God.
That was
Yeah.
the 80s.
Oh my God.
Geraldo was something else. Remember when he got his fucking nose broken?
Yep.
That was great.
Yep. Yep.
I think he got smashed in the face with a chair or something.
He did. I think it was I don't remember. I don't want to misspeak.
Why? It's okay if you misspeak.
I think it was a white supremacist, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was.
Yeah,
It was about white supremacy. Correct.
that's what I thought.
I love Zachy Wild. Yeah, Zach's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. And it shows that he's doing with Black Label and the Black what the hell's it called? It's just fuck, what's his Sabbath? Zach Sabbath. That's right.
Yeah.
Those shows and stuff like that he's doing in the tributes. But it's guys, you got to realize it's not these guys that are asking for all the money, it's the ticket companies. And then
Right.
the musicians are also getting screwed over. And it's just it's insane. Like I wanted to go see one. Luckily, I know people around here that I don't have to do that and pay that much though, and I could get them though. But they're like asking like $700 for like the back row, like fucking seat, like like wherever,
Right.
that's insane.
I know.
Watch the interview of Kurt Cobain when they say to him that Madonna sells tickets for $50. His face just goes, what? Because
Right.
they sold tickets for $16 at the time.
Right.
And Ozfest even had a free Ozfest one year. But now it's just fucking insane.
Right.
Listen, after Ozzy, I mean, just like I'm trying to think who would I want to go see? I mean, there's still some acts I want to see live. Like I like bands that a lot of people never heard of and stuff. But I mean, I'm talking like big band. Like Metallica's great, Megadeth's great, but they're retiring. Iron Maiden, no, my buddy said they're not the same live. They're one of the best bands I ever seen live 20 years ago. Everyone's getting old.
Right.
Everyone's getting old, Gina.
Right.
And you know what? Those bands that always would come in, like who's the next big whatever, I just think it's all over. And what I don't understand is that back to the beginning proved it, that rock and roll and heavy metal, it just brings so many people together. It just seems like the music business just doesn't want anything to do with it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. And Billy Corgan made a good point about that on his show. And I think it's the most powerful because of just how look at Russia back when they had that concert with Metallica and Terra. There was like it was 1.5 million. There was helicopters flying over the fucking audience. Man, and then people like Russia's different. They're getting beaten with the billy clubs, but then the people who are beating with the billy clubs eventually just said fuck it, and then they started getting into the show. But that's what I mean. Like that music though just brings everyone together. And I'm not saying other music doesn't. I don't belong in this era. That's all. I'm an old soul.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I have always been that way anyways,
Motley Crue is terrible live now. I mean, you got to know when to hang it up. Like Nikki Sixx, not Nikki Sixx, Vince Steele.
Yeah, got to be.
I saw them during the Carnival of Sins tour. That was back in like 2000. Oh, it's so hot in here because I can't even put my air on because I'm using the phone. But what the hell year is that? It doesn't matter. Carnival of Sins tour. They sounded all right, but now they're using backing tracks. They don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Ozzy. Ozzy's in basically a wheelchair, is on a throne with nothing. And I saw something today. Auto tunes or whatever was created in 1997, and underneath it had Ozzy Osbourne singing from Live and Loud, and it's just so incredible. Like his voice was so like electronica. Like I don't know if that's even a word, but like he's just very, 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 very distinct, talented. Yeah, just like he said, people think that he was. No, he was smart, very smart. Read some of his books, and he was aware. He always he said on the back of that book, like I wouldn't be Ozzy if I wasn't. I think he thought that like he had to like play like that part, like like that crazy part, like because that's what he always was. But everything I really did though, insane. And I'm not putting an excuse on it though. I mean, he was hammered up drunk. I mean, every car accident I got into, I was drunk. Never got in one without being drunk. I'm just saying that I don't think that was like truly him. And they say he blew away cats. That never happened. His son confirmed that. He didn't have 25 fucking cats. He did shoot some chickens, but they weren't cats. All right. And then everyone's going to go, well, he killed chickens as they're eating fucking chicken every day. He fucking killed chickens.
Right.
Fucking keep throwing glass fucking whatever the fucking saying is. That's all you see though, Gina, on comments. That's all you see.
I know.
It's like, I guess nobody made a mistake. Everybody's like, these people who make these comments, everybody's perfect. Like, hey, you know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's their own insecurity. And so they want to feel good about themselves. But if someone else fucks up, like, it's just weird. I don't relate with that. I want to see everyone do well. I want to see my own friends do better than me. I don't have a competition with nobody. And that's it. Even like with this, I think you saw the show last night that me and Keith were doing. I'm not in competition. No, this is all a passion. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, like the time we put into this will never be monetized ever.
No.
So we could easily. We got over like 12 million views now. It's insane, but we never in a million years would monetize on Ozzy. So this is a passion.
Yeah.
Fact goes, I use a vocal processor that doubles my vocals. No autotune ever. Yeah, no, Pat, I can tell, but yours is more like a reverbish type. You could sing, Pat. You're singing. Yeah. And you need that kind of though, like with especially on parts like on the end of a chorus or like at the end of a verse, like when you're yelling out on Believer, and then when it goes like that, it sounds amazing. Yep. So Pat's fucking awesome. Man. He could sing, not just like. Because at first, you're thinking, when I first heard, I thought he was like, because a lot of those bands, they dress like Ozzy and they just try to sing exactly like Ozzy. Matt has like that high octave range and he could go low baritone, he could go wherever. But it has they're fucking great. And the musicians and the set list that they do, it's not just like the real popular radio friendly songs, like, and playing like, Symptom and, Sal, everything. Sap, like I said, they're just great. They're great. And they'll be on this Friday, folks. People are so lame today. It's fucking sad. Oh, I know. Gracie ain't having none of it. She even came on the other day and she was like, oh, are people offended? Are people fucking offended? They are fucking sad. Get a fucking life.
Right. And, I see your posts, we just, I don't know. We all feel the same way. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Perfect.
All right, we're back. What is up, my man?
Hey.
Sorry for all the back and forth.
That's okay.
No, that's look who you're talking to. You're talking to Mr. Back and Forth. You don't got to apologize, my man. I'm always, what is it called, Gina? Loomis Standard Time?
Yeah.
But you know what it really is? And as you could tell, Chris, these lives, like I know, I will admit there have been times that I have been late, like just normally, but there are it's just a lot of technical shit though with these lives. It's like with pre-record, you look so professional and easy because you're editing and that's easy. But when you're live, man, you're just letting everything out, being whatever.
That's right.
So it's tough though, man. So listen, man. So what are you doing though now these days?
Well, now we're in the studio recording. Right when Ozzy passed away, I felt a strong urge to do a tribute to him. So we did Paranoid, and you guys seen that video. And by the way, thank you for it on your live stream that day. It was very cool of you.
Yeah. Because it's like we have the thumbnail up on it though. What I want to do is
a lot of good feedback from it too.
Yeah, I want to get though a real interview though with you, a pre-record though interview with you though, where you have like your own, and I edit it up and it's done right, and I could show I could show clips of you playing music when you're talking about like Spilatro. You'll see him fading by. It'll be a good mix of your music, Ozzy Osbourne, and the Mob in Chicago. I think it'd be a great episode.
Yeah,
man, sure, I'm in for that, of course.
Yeah, for people who don't know though, too, I know it's not like the Italian Mafia or whatever though, but Ozzy and his wife though, they know all about that life because look who her father was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, he was more.
Don
He wasn't a
Arden was
mobster.
a
It's
gangster
different.
for
Man. He was
sure.
a gangster. He was a gangster, British gang. But
For
yeah,
sure.
he was feared, really
Yeah.
All
feared.
day long.
Yeah.
Out there, yeah, like
Just
from
as powerful,
musicians, like
too.
Sabbath was afraid of him, and he had people looking at it. But now she asked a good question here. I never heard him try to sing. Bill Ward could sing. Tony Iommi, I never heard try to sing. I think he just stays with the riffs, with the amazing riffs.
And
Yeah,
You ever
he
hear?
does.
I never heard him sing,
No, he
so I
does
can't
his
answer
little.
that. Maybe he could, but he
He
never
has his,
sang publicly.
he has little
no.
music, like guitar songs in Black Sabbath that are, all guitar. What
Yeah.
songs are they? Can't remember. But that's kind of his thing,
Well, he's like, that's what I mean. No, he doesn't, but he doesn't. He never know. I never heard him sing,
No.
not once.
Mm.
And
No.
you know what? I love the bass and
No, I
freaking
think he
right
would have
before.
tried to take over if he would have. If
That's
he would have,
true.
he would have, when he
Good
fired
point.
Ozzy, he would have just been like, "Fucking, I'm singing."
Mhm.
No, actually, he would have just been the singer to begin. Well, there would have been a Sabbath though,
that.
without Ozzy putting up that thing and then getting together with the PA. But Tony didn't even want Ozzy in the center of the stage at first.
True.
That's what that.
moved him to the side.
Like sorry, Ozzy got moved. If you watch later on towards the left of the stage, because it was Tony's band, and he was the boss of the band, and he produced the albums. And well, you got to remember, man, these guys are young in their 20s at the time.
Right.
Egos are high. They all made up in '97, and look what happened. They fired Oz, and Ozzy came back with a fucking. You want to talk about getting back with success? What do you think? What do you think Iommi was thinking when Blizzard of Oz came out? Like, holy fuck. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about proving people wrong. Prove them wrong with success, not words,
Yeah.
And he did it in fucking flying colors, man. And not to mention, if you look at Sabbath's numbers, and I love Sabbath, that's my favorite band, but if you look at their numbers, when they reunited in '97, like their albums and everything, like Ozzy is what kept them so huge. And Black Sabbath was not as big as everyone thinks they were before Ozzy. So Gina, you know this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
They're
No,
they're a band. They're a big band. Like they were known and stuff, but they weren't what they are today. Put it that way.
Right.
And you have to attribute that to Ozzy. You have to. You have to. Because all the new Ozfest and that they played at and all these new generations of kids coming back and stuff like that, without a doubt. And even my mother told me, because she had Black Sabbath Paranoid when I was little, she said, no, like now way bigger than ever. And so and that's not a dig at them or nothing. No, it's just though that in my opinion, Black Sabbath is Bill Ward, Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler. That's it. Right. I think they should have named the band Heaven and Hell after that because they were very good. They were amazing. Don't get me wrong with Dio, but to me, Black Sabbath's with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
4 original guys from the same neighborhood that got together and made it. Like Ronnie was a musician that was like, in studios like that, with talent scouts and stuff. And no disrespect, he was amazing. Ronnie James Dio is a phenomenal singer. Don't get me wrong.
Great singer, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm just saying though that, and he even says there's an interview of him and he's like, and I'll fucking out sing you any day to Ozzy. And he puts up the finger. But with that said, Ozzy was watching Ronnie James Dio videos towards the end of his death because he felt bad. That shows you how Ozzy is. Yeah. He felt bad. Because they always had this beef and they didn't talk and he's just sitting on the couch and that guy had a fucking heart of gold, man. Heart of gold.
Yep.
Sure did.
Oh yeah. And you know what? You can see it too through things like for his love of Randy. You can really see his heart. You can really see how that affected him in such a strong way. Randy Rhoads. Because when he met him, he was like the guy that pulled him out of everything and made it all possible. I mean, without Randy Rhoads, we wouldn't have any Crazy Train or Mr. Crowley or anything.
People say that you have to be real. Without that full band, we wouldn't have them because they wouldn't do that with them. Once they got Lee, it's like the Yankees. You buy a bunch of good players, doesn't mean you're going to win a World Series. You have to have the right chemistry. And those 4 guys had perfect, because they were on their last drum. They were on their last drummer for rehearsing, and it was Lee Kerslake. And when Lee came, boom. And those 2 albums, I mean, come on. As much as I have my issues with who, Gina, with Bob, I say it publicly. As long as I have my issues with Bob Daisley, personal stuff that I'm not going to get into, that I got into with him. But I'm like, that doesn't make me take away from what he did musically.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, there's a whole history there of the original Blizzard band with Daisley and Kerslake, and how they got fucked over and everything. And it's true, they did. They got the short end of the stick, and it wasn't fair.
Well, Lee got his credit back though. Lee got credit, and I think now I see why Bob didn't though, because they said how they abused him for so long and all that. And I don't want to get into it, but
yeah,
he's not a very nice guy. He thinks he's like better than everyone and like this and that, and he's like he's ever going to overshadow Ozzy Osbourne, like but he's but we have to be honest. Without him, we wouldn't have those songs. Without Lee, we wouldn't have those songs. Without Randy, we wouldn't have those songs. Without Ozzy, Bob even said, without Ozzy, we wouldn't have the songs. Without Lee, we wouldn't have, it was all of them. You needed all of them to give us a perfect recipe. And that's the truth.
Right. Well, and there's always a business aspect to every band. And don't fucking tell me they didn't have a contract and maybe they just didn't read it the right way.
Yeah. The only thing, no, it wasn't that. It was that Lee.
I don't know.
Lee wasn't used to getting pushed. Lee didn't take shit, and and he spoke up and he got fired over it. And then when he got fired, then Bob spoke up and then Bob got fired, and then Bob but then he kept coming back, and which is kind of there's a lot of there's a lot of gray areas in there that people don't understand, that they don't know about, and they just want to say that.
Very true. But it could be just a matter of look at your contract before you sign to people.
Yeah, and I just if just because I don't like him personally, he definitely he did what he did. The only thing that was very dirty was when they redid Diary of a Madman. With with Robert Trujillo and Mike Borden. That's fucked up.
That was a dirty move.
Very.
I know as a musician personally, that would hurt. That would fucking hurt.
Yeah. I bet.
But it makes you wonder, why did Lee though get his credit and not Bob though?
Yeah.
Because I got a taste of maybe why he didn't. Because I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. I said I have a second interview with him that I never aired, and there's some juicy stuff in it. But I'm not like that, Gina. I could air, I could air a video that'll get a ton of views from something that he said, but I just think I'm not going to do that. After what happened, but I don't know. I guess like a lot of people, they don't care. They'll just put out anything though. But on this channel here, we're really about integrity, and we want it to be positive, and so, but at the same time, I'm going to speak my mind though about it. And talk about don't meet your heroes. It's not like I'm about to say heroes, musician wise, but it kind of sucked though what happened though between us. But that is what it is. What are you going to do? But without those four guys, Blizzard, because you remember those are the two albums, man. Those are the two fucking those are the foundation. And then tragically Randy passes, but then then he's like, Randy though wouldn't have played though on Bark. Yes, but he was still with Oz. That's what I don't understand. He said that Randy though was very mad and this and that, but his friend though, Rudy Sarzo from over though comes over, and then if you hear Randy's backstage, he did a class, what do they call them, Chris? When a musician comes, a tutorial type thing, with a bunch of fans, and they're asking questions, and he's just talking normal. And he even brings up Bob and Lee, and he's like, he's like, Ozzy, they wanted to just go though with Tommy Aldridge, and what did he say though about Lee? I guess he said something like they wanted to go with I don't want to misquote it, but he just said something real calm. It was like, next question. I don't know. A lot of people are changing narratives out there, and you got to watch, but I keep it real. Those four guys were the four guys that created Blizzard and Diary of a Madman, and you can't take that away from them. No. Jack Wild says it. Everyone says it. Wide open. They were fantastic. I think that they possibly were they are one of the best bands ever. Those four guys.
Well, and from there, it just, like I said, the metal scene just fucking exploded everywhere. Everywhere. There was, I had all the LA bands, you had Chicago bands, you had Pennsylvania. We all had our own little things going at that time, but you know, some of them made it, some of them didn't, but I mean, it was popping. Like we never were home. We were always seeing, there was always something live to go watch, someone somewhere, eat shit even in backyards, we
Yeah.
had that
Mhm.
kind of luxury. We don't, you guys just don't, you don't get, like, it's like so sorely missed. I miss that so much, you know?
Yeah, no, so Gina, I know, but trust me, when we were doing the documentary, I'm sitting on a crate in my alleyway, and the reason why I am, when you look behind me, you don't see one person. There used to be like 60 kids out there playing, doing all
Right,
stuff. It's terrible. Theo's voice
right.
isn't
Yeah,
unique. Ozzy is always recognized.
Yeah,
Ozzy's very
that's
distinct. You always
true.
know when he's on. Yeah, 100%. And Ozzy could
That's
sing.
true.
Ozzy could sing.
Mhm.
yeah, you
Ozzy was
could.
the face of
He had
that. Yeah,
this
listen.
very distinct voice.
Now,
Yeah,
Tony Iommi, they
Very
say is like
distinct
his
voice.
band, but listen, here's how important though a singer is. Listen, Ozzy did about the only instrument Ozzy ever played with Sabbath was the harmonica on The Wizard.
yep,
But you could see
Right.
his influence, meaning when he left, they turned almost more into like it sounded like arena type like rock, like like Iron Maiden-ish, Judas Priesto type level, where with Ozzy and Sabbath is more like down dirty, just like riffs. And
right.
I
Yeah.
believe that too. Now I didn't live during those times, so I don't know, but like, yeah, like I would say well, they're all like, now I would say they all are, but without Ozzy, man, Ozzy says it best. Without Black Sabbath, you wouldn't have an Ozzy Osbourne, and without Ozzy Osbourne, you wouldn't have a Black Sabbath, and it's just the
Right,
truth,
That's right.
right,
Yep.
right.
100%. So
Just
you can't
crazy, like,
compare because they're all. You need every single person though in that band, like
right,
to make it.
Mhm.
Like Chris, you
right,
know this. When you're playing with if the drummer's off, no, you got to get another. You got to find the right one. And once
right.
once you're clicking, and you got the camaraderie. Those are the teams that win world championships when they're all with they got that camaraderie, not just the guys with the best stats or the guys who could play the
Mhm.
fastest. And like you said, Randy Rhoads was the one though that gave him hope and took it to a whole other level. And then him, Bob and Lee, they made two incredible freaking albums that are timeless and that will
There was just something
and Gene,
about Randy's touch. There's something about Randy's touch, the way he played the guitar, his tone, just the whole setup of the way he presented those solos and those riffs. Other guys played them over the years, and great guitar players too. After that, Jake E. Lee came in with Bark at the Moon and all that shit and everything. That was fucking dynamite. And Zach is a great fucking awesome guitar player, and Ozzy's
Yeah,
had nothing but the best of players of his whole career. But out of all of them, man, Randy was special. He was very
yeah,
special. The way the man played was just unhuman.
yeah,
yeah,
he
That's the only
was.
way to put it.
very
He was
true.
unhuman. That's what I say about guys like that play that in that level. They're just not
Well,
like they're
yeah,
like
and he's
not
just
human.
born like in that
But
Missona music school though, and he just like they even like Rudy was talking like when he's playing because he's so used
yeah,
to showing people stuff. It's like he's just like
yeah,
showing like he doesn't even watch them, and what that where they're the only real solid footage of, but that's actually a little slower too. Like when they're in a blue room and Ozzy's got the blue on with the things and Randy's
yeah,
got. You just watch him, dude.
yeah.
It's just so effortless. It is
Yeah,
so
Oh yeah,
effortless. But
yeah,
listen, it's not the
yes,
speed. You could hum his solos. You could whistle his solos.
yeah,
He's like
yes.
talking with his solos.
yeah,
It's
Singing,
so,
he sings them, singing the
yeah,
guitar, making the guitar sing.
yeah,
yeah,
not just showing off, not just throwing filler in there.
Yeah,
Every note had a
yep,
purpose. But
yes,
his
yeah,
writing, it went to a different level. And you could tell from every other player because let's be honest, in my opinion,
yeah.
those are the best two Ozzy albums. I mean, I don't
Oh
know. I
yeah,
don't know who would disagree with
Mhm.
that, but
I do,
that's
I do.
I mean, that's the cream of the crop right there. And then, but Jake
Mhm.
was great too. And, but Randy was just, I think, on a different level. I think he was almost too special to be here. Like Ozzy's like, I always had a sense that something was going to happen to him because he was just
Yeah,
so freaking special. And, it fucking
it's true.
sucks, man. And he didn't even like flying. Like, it's like, I still think like, why'd you get on that
yeah,
plane? And there's
yeah,
Yeah,
there's so many theories about that too, about the pilot of that plane. And you know, I don't know, but
Yeah.
it just sucks, man. It really does. Because
Yeah.
can you imagine that guy was still around and he wanted to been still, he didn't care about that success. He just wanted to
No.
fucking be a better guitar player and just keep,
Yeah.
he
would
was
have
a
been like
musician's
fucking
musician.
he would have been like a professor in a college or something, teaching
Yeah.
classical guitar or something. For
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. And then telling his audience, like, I mean, telling the students, like, yes, I played rock and roll for this guy this time. Like, it didn't.
Right.
And he loved home, and
Right.
he used to get like homesick and stuff, though. But
Yeah.
according to his family, they say that he was still gonna play studio for Ozzy. He just didn't want to tour anymore.
Sure.
But
Right.
Sure.
I don't know how
Yeah.
that though would have worked out. I mean, he got guitarist of the year. Like, this guy was only 25 years old. You know how quick those 2 albums came out too? Bang bang. It was
Right.
just
Yep.
insane. And
Crazy.
Well, let me say this. After Randy Rhoads died, to how it looks to me, because I mean, I wasn't around in that era. I'm too young. You know, it was before my time. But the way I see it from, you know, learning about the history is after Randy died, then Jakey Lee came along, and there was a little period there, you know, Bark at the Moon and all that, where it was still the same kind of metal, the same kind of Ozzy Phil type of rock, hard rock. But then after a while, like when the death metal came in and stuff
Yeah.
like that, when it got just a little bit too hard, you know, I mean, I never really got
Mhm.
into that kind of metal,
Yeah.
you know, where the guy's screaming, oh,
Yeah.
all that,
Yeah.
you know, it's like,
Yeah.
I just, it's
yeah,
not
but you
musical
could
for me.
still give
It's not-
Sabbath credit on that,
you
even
know.
the doom metal, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like, I mean,
Well, yeah, that's where it comes from. But my point is, I'm trying to make is that I think if guys like Randy Rhoads would have been around for a little bit longer, I think metal would have took on a different type of you know, reputation. I think it would be
Right.
a little bit more sophisticated, you know,
Yeah.
because that era that did come
Makes
in a
sense.
lot later on with the death metal and all that and the banging and screaming, you know, they took it too far with that, you know. That's just my opinion. And I
Right.
think there would have been another, you know, at least a couple more, 1 or 2 more Blizzard album type of albums.
oh yeah,
If Randy
that'd
hadn't
be staying
passed.
alive. Yeah, but well, yeah, if you had,
Mhm.
well, I don't know. It all depends though, because you got to be honest though with yourself. No matter, I have to be honest with myself, even if I don't like someone. You got to see how the writing though would have happened though without though Lee and Bob though, because Lee was the one though that wrote like Diary of a Madman, because the time signatures were completely different. Ozzy's like, what do you think I am, fucking Frank Zappa? And because Ozzy
Yeah.
came from like 4-bar blues, like, you know, just
Right.
playing like, you know, 4/4 timing and stuff. And then Lee though helped out though with that, and he was a good singer too, Lee. So I just think those 4 together were a perfect band. But we don't know the all the internal little like type beefs that go on behind closed doors and stuff. People like to think they know it all. They weren't on the bus, and I wasn't on the
Right.
bus with them. So I don't know. But I will say this though: now Ozzy discovered Randy Rhoads. Bob says that when freaking Ozzy was in England, that there might have been 2 like guitarists over there, like at the place he was staying at with his wife or wherever he was at. But he said
Mhm.
that he talked Ozzy into getting Randy, and like, no, I don't believe that. I don't
Right.
believe that. I don't
Yeah.
believe that at all. He wasn't even he was Ozzy met Randy before he met Bob.
Right.
So, and they were playing together. One of Randy's real good friends, who's a drummer, jammed with him with Ozzy in LA with Randy and stuff like that. Ozzy went back to Europe, and it was already done. Now, Jet Records did want an all British band. They did. They wanted everyone over from there. But they talked, like, did Bob and maybe he helped like talk him into it and stuff. But why, if they wanted though and all that, then why was Ozzy holding rehearsals though in Los Angeles though? If they wanted though and all, that's the other thing though too. Why?
What do you mean?
Why,
Prior
if
to
they
going
wanted
there?
an all British type band, the meaning like all from Europe. That's what
Don
Bob told me.
Arden did. Don Arden did.
Okay, then why is Ozzy though freaking doing what do you call it? Auditions in Los Angeles?
Because I believe he was doing. Well, I believe him and Sharon might have had other ideas because she was kind of wanting to ready to break away from her father, anyways. At that point, so maybe that had something to do with it. I can only assume.
Well, no, she didn't want to break away yet at that point. She wanted to break shit because she was just a tour, man. She broke away like right I would say like, yeah, like right when they were starting to tour on Blizzard, she wanted to go away, but she couldn't break away from him until Bark at the Moon is when she bought his catalog and got
Right.
free from her father.
Right,
But
right.
it just doesn't though. I don't know, a lot of things just don't add up. It's just a little weird. And you got to remember, Chris, you know this from the mob, movies, books, you can't trust them. You know what I mean? You got to look deeper.
Yeah.
You got to look deeper in. And you never get the 100% of the truth, you know, and which sucks.
I do know that.
Right.
I do know that Ozzy heard Randy. Randy's audition took place right before he was leaving back to England.
Yeah.
So it might have been like right before he was going back on the plane or whatever. And then when he got to England, he told Sharon, "You know what? I think I want Randy, and let's get him over here." And then that's when they flew him over.
Well, yeah,
Right?
and that's when, like, because Bob was there though, but Bob though was with them, and then that's like when he said, "I found this guitarist there," and then, but by the way, Bob makes it sound as like he told Ozzy, "Yeah, well, let's get him, let's talk to," you know what I mean? And no, Ozzy wanted him right out of the jump, you know, and maybe Ozzy didn't, because Ozzy was insecure, maybe, and Don Arden the gangster, so maybe he didn't have the balls to go up and talk to him, but him and Bob together though did or whatever. But the bottom line is, Ozzy Osbourne though definitely was the one though that discovered Randy Rhoads. It's common sense. So
yeah, I think
maybe it's just the way he
was
worded it, but I don't know. Some stuff I just
Randy
don't.
seems to be a pretty good judge of character, and I don't see that. Knowing what I know, as far as the character goes, I don't see him being as chummy as Bob made it sound. Them two, meaning Bob and Randy Rhoads. I just don't see that, because if anything's, well, I know it's true because it's true. You know, his character is flawed. Randy didn't like people like that. He just didn't.
Well, Ozzy's character though was kind of flawed too, though. But Randy though went in though with them in the beginning though.
Yeah, but Bob wasn't an alcoholic or a drug addict. You know?
Yeah, no. And no, well, they called him Sid Serious. That was his name, Sid Serious. But he was a very serious musician, and he was good. You know, guy could write. I'm not going to say he can't write songs. I mean, he's fantastic. But I'm just saying that the story is just. Listen, put yourself though in his shoes though. If you were in the band room, Chris, and you did write those two albums, you have a right to be a little pissed off. You know, if Tommy Aldridge is on there and Rudy Sarzo, and you're like, what the fuck? I helped write these songs. Of course, that's you know, I'd be pissed off too. But some of the story though isn't that we don't know the exact details behind the scenes. Right. You know, it's all word of mouth and all that type of stuff, and it's just nobody's ever going to overshadow Ozzy Osbourne, and that's just the way it is. But he does though deserve his credit though on Diary of a Madman. He does. I'm sorry, I don't like Guy at all, but he does. Yeah. So does Lee got it. Lee got his, but he absolutely does.
Yeah.
But something was on. Listen, they want to just do that to the guy for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then you got to think, why does he keep coming back? But then, you know, maybe he has his family to feed, this or that, and you know, because he said that he wanted to leave after they fired Lee, but yet though he came back though. He came back for Bark at the Moon. He toured on Bark at the Moon.
Right.
So always gray areas. You know, we don't know. We don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about the other rock star though real quick that we're on with right now, Chris. So what's up?
Right. Any new projects?
Well, no, we're going to do it. Listen, Chris, this is like our live, like where any fan can come on of Ozzy, but like we're going to do a proper show for you, like a pre-record and get that going. I still have to fucking put Pat's up, and sorry about that, Pat. It's just life's been nuts with this documentary and shit, but I got you. I mean, Pat's been on a lot of lives, but I want to do a proper, like you watched Richie's episode I did, right?
Yes, Richard Veltri, cool guy.
Yeah,
man.
so.
Yeah,
I want to make one like that for you, like, you know, like where it's edited up, where you can like, you know, it'll zoom out of me and Gina talking to you, and then you'll see you like maybe jamming on something or just something. It'll look a lot better than this, and the fucking phone won't be dying, and my laptop will work, and I don't know what's, and I'll have my equipment back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. All right.
Is this your first podcast? No.
Yeah, actually, as a guest, yes, you're my first.
Really?
No, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, but
That's
he's doing a
cool.
hell of a job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing a hell of a job. Bob and Lee were
Oh, yeah.
blasted a lot. Yep. Geezer was a better lyricist. Oh, Geezer was a great lyricist, Linda.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hold on. You ever read Ozzy's letter to Randy that was published in a magazine? Yep. And there's people out there though that want to like try to say that I'm not even going to get into it. Trina, Linda, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. But try to stay positive. It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with what you said at all. But you know, other people just changing like narratives and just and stuff. It's just see, I'm not the type though, just because if I have a disagreement with a guy, because like, okay, yes, like someone wrote to me, someone called me up and they said, you can't talk to him like that. And I said, what do you mean? The email, man, that you send, man, like you're like fucking telling them, like, come on, motherfucker. Like that's me, you know, I don't care. You're a human being at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't I write like that? Like, I don't care about your status. Like, I like no offense to anybody out there. I'll respect it. But if you're an asshole, then I'm gonna treat you accordingly. Like, I don't get all like, oh, I gotta kiss your ring and shit. Like, I just don't do that.
No.
You know,
No,
the day
I
you
do
stop
not.
putting people on pedestals, your life will fucking, you know, change. Trust me. And
Right.
Yeah.
we're all human. That's all. We're all human.
Yep. And you know, the true character when you finally like Chris says, you know, when
Yeah,
you
me
finally
too.
meet them, they disappoint you to no end. So it's like, you know, you build up all this time, you know,
Yeah.
money, I'm sure, and you know,
Yeah.
effort, time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's all just like, you know, spat on is what it feels like, you know.
Yeah.
It's crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda, I'm with you on that too. To me, there's only one Black Sabbath. Amen.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Definitely.
agree with that.
I mean, it's even a different total sound. I mean, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It really is. And
Mhm.
Heaven and Hell's great. I'm not saying that it's bad or anything like that, but I just think that to me, that band's called Heaven and Hell. Even Bill Ward, he felt uncomfortable. He's like, I can't do this. And he told Dio and them and he left because Ozzy was gone. And like, he just couldn't do it. And Bill always had Ozzy's back. He's like, when that album came out, he's like, I was so proud of him. And he's in that documentary, Gracie, Don't Blame Me, you know the one. And he's like, and he's talking about it. He's like, the one Gracie, he's like, the guy could have been a fucking comedian if he didn't make it in music because he's so witty and funny. Dude, that thing where I have him like going like toe to toe with Don Rickles on a freaking talk show, like nothing. Like Ozzy was fucking witty. Everyone thinks he's dumb and like, or like, oh, slow. Nah, he's very, very witty and smart. You know, very street is still. Well, even according to Bob, though, Bob said Bob Daisley said that Ozzy was very, very, very street smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah. I think he played up that mumbling, you know, idiot thing a little bit. He milked that a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
said,
no,
wow.
he says it. He says it on the documentary. He goes, I milked it. He's like, because I wanted to make some fucking dough. Like talking like with the bat, and like he's this type of guy. He's like, of course, and that's great publicity. You got the, you know, that got people's attention. You know, but here's the thing: the guy bites a head dove off the head. I had the dove off a head. He bites the head off a dove, spits on a record executive. He fucking and was sitting on her lap, spit on a table. Sorry, but he the song was just too good that they still had to sign him. That's how good Crazy Train was.
Let me tell you something about that. Can I say something about that real quick?
Yeah.
Sharon claims that wasn't planned. That he was just supposed to like walk in there and throw the doves in the air as an arrival kind of thing. Like I'm here, which really doesn't make sense, you know. But the thing is that they already put out Crazy Train. It was already a single. So when he went to meet those record executives, he had them by the balls. And I think Sharon knew that, and it was all her idea. I think a lot of that evil shit and the bat biting and all that.
No, the bat was an accident. The bat was an accident.
But I think it was Sharon who pushed that. Okay.
Oh yeah. She's his manager.
Yeah, she's the one who gave him the dub. So I think that she told him, Ozzy, walk in there and fucking, when you walk in there, take out the bird and bite his fucking head off right in front of everybody. You know, I think that was definitely planned. And then I heard too.
I don't know. Listen, but Chris, you got to remember this something. they were like on their last leg, and like this was it and their opportunity. That could have really, I mean, go in there and just bite the head off the fucking just before the bat and just fucking spit it.
It was a gamble for sure. It was a gamble for sure. But I mean, I think that's what like really sealed the deal. And they told her right away, you know, we'll make sure you're destroyed. You'll never work again, you know. But I think when they looked at the reality of it and they seen the success of Crazy Train and everything, they wanted that deal. So no matter how crazy this motherfucker is, we gotta sign him. We gotta give it to him because the people, you know, the people already wanted it. So I think that's
the record people.
Like,
and
I think it's,
you know what's so
still the
funny,
deal
Chris?
for 'em.
You're right though, because even think about like a movie like The Godfather, which is a classic to everyone, even if you're not in the mob, everyone's seen The Godfather. That was so hard to make because the movie people were like, no, nobody wants to see this. Same with like, nobody wants. They don't know shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like they need people like from the fucking streets or like from wherever, like in there fucking picking like stuff up because I just see like a lot of movies like where it's like, no, like who the fuck is the consultant on this? And my friend Greg, my friend Greg Scarpa, he's the consultant on the new Mark Wahlberg movie, By Any Means. And that's good though, because you know, you got a real guy there who did 32 years and fucking knows his father, but you know, it's not gonna be exactly how it went down, of course. It's a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But his father did go to Mississippi though and do that, you know, and Linda's father. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, by himself though. Well, with Linda's mother and with just a gun, and he found the 3 bodies. And he said to him, he's like, you know, I think he was ready to beat the fuck out of one of them, and he's ready to cut one of the one's nuts off. But dude, that's like me going in. Like he went to Mississippi. This guy was tough, dude. Mississippi. By the way, no, not his crew, just him.
All by himself.
All by himself, and found the bodies. And the cops, the authorities, they couldn't do it for That's so that's what the movie. Mark Wahlberg plays her father and Greg's father, and that comes out September 4th.
That's what the movie's about, right? When he went to Mississippi.
Yeah.
And
now for The Irishman, I believe you had stated at one time, Loomis, that the person who was the consultant on that movie had really nothing to do with anything to do with the mafia or anything, really, right?
Yeah, well, he threw up the white flag though on us though. Me, Greg, Linda, and everyone though, like, because he started talking shit. We got a podcast taken down. That's Larry Mazza you're talking about.
There you go.
Oh, Larry Mazza.
And he was all butthurt because he wasn't able though to fucking be why were you going to be a consultant? You weren't even around then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and no, but even though he got all butthurt for not being a consultant for the new Scarpa movie. And I'm like, you're not even fucking, you weren't around for back then.
God.
But he ends up being the consultant for The Irishman. He never met Russell a day in his life.
Right.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah.
He was never even made. He was never made. You can't be made by a capo. All right. He was just close with Greg. That's it.
Yeah.
And he didn't kill freaking Nicky Black, like he says. Greg shot his freaking nose off. He came home and he looked right at Linda. He's like, I just got Nicky Black. I shot his nose off. So everything he says, it's all.
This is the guy that claims to have an affair with Greg Scarpa's wife, right? The father's wife.
Well, yeah, that happened.
It did?
Yeah. Yeah. But that was because the swingers, though. And that's open. That's public knowledge. But or else he'd be fucking dead. Could you imagine, man? You're fooling around a wife, and all of a sudden, guess who her husband is?
Yeah, that's why I didn't kind of believe it at first, you know.
He had to tell him, and then when he told him, like, you know what I mean, like when he found out, he's like, "Ray, listen." And Greg though told him, "I already know. If anyone else finds out, oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. Blah 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 blah." And wow, he's lucky because that guy, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, he was a very dangerous individual, extremely dangerous.
Grim Reaper.
But yeah, they didn't call him though the Grim Reaper till everyone thinks he was the Grim Reaper. That happened because he put 911 in the beeper every time he killed someone during the Colombo War. But that's how he got that name. He was just always Greg Sr. But then like the Grim Reaper like wasn't his mob nicknames, I should say. But they started giving him that name because when he got hit with the HIV from the bad blood infusion, he went off and just started off and fucking, you know. And don't forget though, they shot at Linda. And they were like, she was in between the crossfires of a shoot in front of his house. After that, it was over. Dude, this guy got shot in the eyeball and freaking went in a house that was having a scotch. And his after he got a shootout, drove home. There's a bullet in his eye. And she's like, we got to get you to the hospital. He's like, yeah, well, hold on. He's having a scotch. He's like, don't touch me. I'm like, he's talking all normal. He's on house arrest. They call. He's like, no. He's like, I just ran out quick. I think he said something like looking for the dog or something weird. But he was just in a fucking shootout. Someone got murdered. The person that he was with got murdered. And yeah, man, like, I feel bad though, man, for the family. They went through a lot, man. Especially like Linda and the mom. Like, you know, that's everyone thinks it's all glamorous, man. That shit ain't glamorous.
No.
It's
No,
not glamorous at all. I mean, Greg, everyone thinks, oh yeah, this and that. He's fucking in ADX and he did 3 years in fucking prison. Come on, man.
Yeah.
How glamorous is that? You know? So that's why, like, I never, even though I know, like, you know, with the Bufalinos, like I'm from the area and like I represent Joe Bufalino and all that, that doesn't mean though that glamorizing though that life is not good at all. People just watch a movie and they think that it's all you know.
Well, look at Gotti. Look at Gotti. Gotti died like a fucking animal, locked up, chained to a bed.
Yeah.
You know?
He wouldn't even accept last rites. They're like, John, the priest is here.
Yeah.
He waves them off. Yeah.
Right.
He's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give him a funeral either. They don't let them have church funerals.
Yeah, but then they eventually got it done though. They made it like on their own or whatever because you could see his funeral footage. I know a guy who actually carried a guy's son. His father carried his casket. They had it up on the shoulders. You can watch his funerals on YouTube. But they figured out though.
I saw that.
Yeah, they figured out eventually though. But how about that? I think that's a little wrong too.
Yeah,
because
no church.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, when it comes to the judgment thing, like if you're found even guilty of murder, I thought God forgives like that. Well, that is one of the 10 commandments: thou shalt not kill. But I don't know. I just thought I'm not someone that's going to say who's going to go to heaven and hell. And if Ozzy's going to go to hell, then everyone who made a fucking crazy horror movie is going to hell. And that's that. Yeah. Like it's a joke.
We're all sinners, no matter what.
Even gangsters.
You know, we are. That's just the way it is. That's the way it was. That's the way we were made.
Yeah. And it's like that for all the gangsters too. I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard Paul Castellano wasn't allowed a church service for his funeral. John Gotti. I think also the Spilotro brothers did not have a church mass. It's something that they didn't allow.
No,
and I think that was ridiculous. And how could you deny a dead person a funeral mass?
Right.
You know?
And no priest should be saying to you where Ozzy Osbourne's at, because even though he's a priest, he's not God. He's a servant of God. And you don't you don't say, there's only one judge, and that's that.
Right.
That pissed me off, man. That pissed me off bad.
Yeah.
You know, I had to tell him something.
Oh, yeah. I get triggered sometimes if people say stupid shit, you know, but I don't know. They get a little crazy sometimes. These people just sitting in their mama's basement, you know, living off her food and her money. So
yeah, he was definitely like that. People just think that he was the mumbling, but no. And what was going on during that time? They had a doctor that was injecting him with like fucking 300 milligrams of fucking Valium during that whole Osbourne thing, and they ended up suing the doctor. And you know, yeah, he was fucked up a little bit. But I'm saying though that the man is very fucking well aware, and he's not some fucking. That's like that Birmingham accent. It's not an easy accent to understand, and but you know, he did a lot of fucking drugs and stuff. I'm not gonna deny that, and alcohol, but he was no dummy at all. Like he knew, just that he knew he was going, and he just wanted to get back up there for the fans. Like that's just.
Yeah.
I mean,
remarkable. The guy, you know the pain he's in. I'd be like, dude, give me the fucking Valium. Give me the fucking what. You know, you could. I had a great career. What the fuck do I got to prove?
Yeah.
You know, and he just. And you know what he got to see for the first time, which is great. It's sad too because all reviews, the old school reviews were always like tough, but he got used to social media over COVID. So for the first time, he got to see the reactions of all the fans, and he was just reading all the fans' comments, and he was just loving them, it. Like, and that was great for him though to see. And it's tough, man. That's tough when you watch that Coming Home documentary, man. Like, you know, that's tough.
Yeah. It's
I
Right
mean,
when
no
he
matter
gets there.
which whatever you want to say about the man, you know, his personal life or his whatever his beliefs, but no matter what he was the one of the most successful rock musicians ever.
Ever.
yeah.
I mean, come on, look at his net worth. You ever look up
Right.
his net worth and then look up Black Sabbath's net worth, Tony
Right.
Iommi and all that? It's like cut in half. He like
Right.
got
No, yeah,
double.
yeah,
You
exactly,
know,
100%. And he's
you know.
he had that thing. He just had
So
that thing, man.
Yeah.
No matter
yeah,
what he did, but like I say, it could be Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I'll go buy the album. His voice was just incredible. And
Yeah.
and he was successful. He became a success 3 times in his life. First with
Right.
Black Sabbath, and then on the TV with a reality TV show,
oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then
that you're right.
you know
Yeah, so it was Sabbath did
on
his
his own
solo
as a
career.
solo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and
three
that was like
times he made it.
yeah,
He's
and
been
huge too. That just made it
relevant.
like huge.
Yeah.
So
Record
He
breaking.
stayed completely relevant and 100% marketable throughout his whole career. I mean, it
Yep.
just, money, 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 money. And he hated money. He really, I mean, yeah, it's great to live that lifestyle, but he really,
Mhm.
it didn't make or break him. He
Yeah.
didn't, he wasn't like Sharon. Let's just put it that way. And,
no,
and
No,
not
no.
not taking anything
Uh-uh.
away from her because that
well,
was
she
her
was his
job.
manager. So when you
He
manage
didn't
someone,
want,
that's your
right,
job.
right.
Yeah.
So, and for
He bought
him,
a
his job
Ferrari
is
and
not,
smashed it the same day.
huh?
What's that?
He he bought a Ferrari and smashed it like the same day or the next day or some shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, he didn't have like five
Crazy.
Ferraris outside and all kind of
Can
shit
I
like
just
that.
ask this question though? Can I ask this question? Because I know
Yeah.
Linda knows. Oh, Linda's leaving. I was ready to ask her though the question. But why does it say why even in like Rolling Stone and everything though? Why does it say 46 year and Sharon put it down like happy 46th anniversary? It wasn't their 46th anniversary.
No.
Okay, maybe not marriage anniversary, but they
No,
weren't
she
they
said our
together?
marriage. She says our wedding anniversary right on it. On the post
Well,
Thursday.
the only thing I can think of is
1981,
she's
right?
adding the
82.
time before that they were together, before they were officially married. So, like for instance, my husband and I have been married for 27 years this year, but we've been together for 30.
Okay,
Right.
but it says our 46th wedding anniversary.
True. So I don't know. Maybe her finger slipped.
Yeah, just
No,
a
but
typo
what I'm
maybe.
saying though is even though it's not that's fine. Like they're grieving. My point being is even like all the other Rolling Stones, all that. I think maybe or the Rolling Stones like every article put 46 years to it. It's not. It's 40. It would be 44 years.
Right. The math is not mathing. It's definitely not mathing. But
No,
I don't know.
that's a weird one,
Huh?
and that's why I was just
Mhm.
wondering though. Like, and they keep saying 46 wedding anniversary, and it's not. It's the
Right.
44th. But
Right.
she was though with them though. Well, yeah, around 446. So that you could be right. That's
Right.
what
Yeah.
that's what was probably like in her head. Like I was with them for 46 years, but
Right.
she's just saying, yeah, because she was with them.
Right.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of being married. Like
Good
I
night,
would never
Linda.
mistake the numbers with my
What's that?
husband, and I'd never mistake the numbers with our, how long we've been married, and I mean that's just what we do.
Well, I asked
You
my
know.
mom, even my mom, like I was like, Mom, when's because my dad died in November and she just knew right
Mhm.
away, boom, think like nothing. Like and I saw it's
Right.
just like wow, like that was odd, like to botch that. But because I don't think it was her per se, because they have teams of people. And I'm just saying, either someone got fucking reamed out bad by bet, or they fucked it up. But no, even their other family members and everyone keep putting 46 wedding anniversary. I'm not knocking them.
Right.
I'm
Right.
curious why. That's all.
Don't know.
Yeah.
That is odd. I
Yeah,
found it odd myself.
every source says that. So I'm just like,
Right.
all right, but she was with it over 46 years. I think Gina, you're right. That's where it comes through, like in her
Right.
mind. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And not
Right.
to
I
mention too,
mean,
I mean, it's the day of her anniversary that she put it up though. Like, so she's obviously upset. So she's just probably thinking of all the years that she was with them, you know?
right. Right. I mean, that's what I'd be thinking of more. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, fucking, yeah. You know, I don't care who you are. If you're with someone though that long, and then that's your whole life, it's tough. You know,
Right.
very
Right.
tough.
Yep. Yep.
Bingo,
Gorgeous.
Loomis. I bet you that was about I bet you that was about Bob. Linda loves Bob. Wait. She right? You ever read? No, not the letter. Wait. Lived through those times. I'm 66. Wait, I did. Wait. Where did she say? According to Bob, Ozzy contributed nothing. That's that. Well, no, he told me Ozzy contributed though a lot. He said if Ozzy wasn't in the band, I bet you he said that at one time because his story always changes. He used to not even talk about Randy a lot, and then he started though talking about Randy. But she said something. She said something I wanted to put up. Something about an interview. She wants to interview Bob. You're funny, Linda. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not a big fan of him. But anyway, what I'm saying though is you give credit to where credit does due, and that's that on that end. And Ozzy wrote in his book, I Am Ozzy, that he never wanted to do that. He blames Sharon right in the book. He says it was my wife.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Sharon's book though says it was Ozzy. So
Right.
it's kind of weird. You know, so I don't fucking know, man. All I know is I missed the guy. He was fantastic. And this channel here will stay forever in honor of his memory and will never be monetized, anything like that. It's just for any of the fans of Ozzy to come on in, talk, and keep the spirit of him alive. Which we don't. Ozzy don't need us to keep the spirit alive, or you don't need an AI robot touring to keep it alive. But I think it's great though to have to look at all these people, Gina, that we've met. I met you through this. I met Chris through this. Linda, The Diary of a Mad Woman. Can I put that up? How do I put that banner up on here? Diary of a Mad Woman.
It's a pleasure to meet you tonight.
Oh, you were talking to Chris?
Absolute pleasure tonight. It's
there he is.
Likewise.
There you go. There he is.
There he is. Right there.
And for your audience, just for your audience, if you go to my YouTube channel, whenever you go to YouTube, you can just type in my name right there, Chris Godla, right into YouTube, and my channel will come right up. It's called Chris Godla Productions is the name of the channel. And if you click on videos and scroll through, you'll find a lot of music that I recorded. You'll find some music videos. Some are just still shots with the music, and some of them have actual music videos. Check out
Chris
Paranoid.
Rules. No, but listen, I'm gonna pin Pat's comment. Pat, you put up the link to Chris's channel. Let me find that real quick, because then I could just pin that. I'm gonna put it in the description after the show.
Patrick is awesome. He sounds so much like Ozzy. His band is awesome. When I checked him out, I was amazed, man. Pat, if you're listening to this, I would love to work with you one day, man.
That's
You
awesome.
see the intro that I threw up? You're like, Loomis, let's get you on that Crowley intro.
Yeah.
I got right here. Oh, dude, that was the dude. When I heard that when I was 5 years old, that's what got me a piano keyboard. Like I was like, that's it. I'm sold. I just loved dark sound of music. Loved it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it, buddy.
About that, Loomis. I'm serious about that. You could really play that with us if you like.
Yeah, I'll fucking play it. I know a lot of Ozzy songs. I'll definitely play it. I told Pat too, if he's ever around here, I'll fucking sit in. Plus I can play. There's other songs. Diary of a Madman I could play. I love playing that song. It's so classical. The way just to see how Randy, like, the arrangements and all that, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where the hell is that at? I'm gonna find this, Chris, before you're gone. Have to. Even though I'm gonna put it in the description because I want people to subscribe now to Chris. He's got a great page. And damn it, Pat, where'd you put it? Oh, I found it on YouTube. All right, I'm getting close. Marvin Gaye. Jordan, what's up?
James. How's it going, buddy? He's got a special coming up with Rolled Bones with Chris, I think on the 16th.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That is correct. Okay, it's coming up. Gotta be. Johnny Pockets, my man. What's up?
Johnny.
Diana, I see you. Osbourne 66. Is it? No, I'm all the way back there. Where could someone? You know what, Gina?
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Okay. He's got to probably go on his computer and do it, is what I think he's doing. So, anyways. So,
Yeah.
I noticed on your channel that you have a lot of content. It's not just music and videos. It's more, like I said, the podcast.
Yep.
And you're always doing something, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of new to the podcasting thing. I just started that like last year, last winter actually. So it hasn't even been a full year yet. I've got two kind of different podcasts going on. My personal one is called Multi-Track Minds, and that's inspired by, recording in the studio and all of my different genres and different interests. It's Multi-Track Minds. So that's why I named it that. And the other one I have is called The Cousins Club. And that's where a bunch of us guys sit around a circle table and talk about comedy movies and music and, all kinds of stuff. It's
like
kind of
male
fun.
camaraderie kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's like kind of the guys hang out and mess around a little bit,
Right.
have a few
Right.
laughs. But yeah, I started getting into podcasting and I started doing interviews with different musicians, one-on-one, like now, remotely, some in person, where we sit down and I interview musicians about their careers and their lives and their music. And I enjoy all of it, I do work a day job, I'm a security officer at a printing factory. That's where I'm at right now. And I work the whole week, so I don't have much time to work on my creative stuff. I only have like one day a week where I really can commit to it, or else I would be doing a lot more. But whatever I could find time to do, I'm gonna do. So I just hope people enjoy the stuff I do.
Oh yeah, there's plenty there to watch right now. That's for sure. Keep us busy for a while.
Yeah, and what's going on? Hold on. Why here it is. Right there. I got it up there.
Perfect.
Right there, folks. I'm gonna pin that too. That's a cool looking channel as well, man. Check him out right there. Chris God LA. I mean Chris Godla. Well, I used to always say Chris God LA, Chris Godla Productions. But there it is. Hit that, subscribe, support our people. And I'll tell you what, our community is the best because they really do support and help out everyone and just watch. And you guys are the best. And definitely subscribe to them below right there. And I'm going to pin this right now. This will be the top comment. Oh, no, I can't pin it from here. Could I? Hold on. No, oh, yeah, wait. God, I'm so annoying. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
I'm annoying. Grace goes, Chris, I enjoyed your version of Paranoid. I would love to be on your channel. Yeah, Pat.
All right.
Here you go.
Yeah, so what, Chris, you should do some, why don't you do like some interviewee type things like this? Come on, man. I'd love that.
He does.
Yeah, man.
I just asked you if you're ever podcasting.
Yes.
Oh, as a guest.
Yes. Yeah, this is my first time as a guest. Yes.
Got it.
But it's not my first podcast. No.
I'm an idiot. And I even saw it though too. And I'm subscribed to your channel. And I even fucking shared the one video and looked through it all. Yeah, I got it. Because I don't really consume a lot. I try to produce more content than I consume. But now though my head's just like I'm doing too much. And I work for a lot of people names that you would know, Chris. Like helping them out with their social medias and stuff like that. But it's a lot. The documentary alone is enough. You know what I mean? It's just a lot. But I wouldn't change it though for anything, man, because everyone's like, man, you're working too hard. No, working too hard maybe now, but that's what you got to do, man. You got to grind. You got to grind, man.
That's right.
And that's that. Like You know, what do I go watch a fucking movie? Like, yeah, I don't know. I just can't anymore. I'll try. I tried watching Peaky Blinders the other night for like the 5th time, and like halfway through it, I'm like, we were talking about this, Chris. That urge, like when you have to play or create, I just have that constantly in me. Instead of like going to get a bag of dope, that turned into going to create. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
It's a beautiful thing, though. But how about this one? 2 hours and 14 minutes already, Chris. We want to have you. Well, I'm going to schedule a pre-record with you and with Gina and stuff like that if you're interested.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're going to do a proper pre-record because, you know, I'm on my phone here. I left my stuff up at Richie's. I didn't even realize. And freaking, I just wanted to give you a proper episode. I mean, this was great, but you know, an edited one, like where it looked like we could put your music in there. We could fucking do a lot of things. You know, you saw like how I make them into like little mini documents, like phone documentaries, you know?
Yeah. You do great work, man.
I definitely want to do that. Thank you. I definitely want to do that though for you, 100%. And Gina, I am dying. Like sweat with these lights too. Because if I put the air conditioner on, I won't be able to hear you.
Yeah.
Woof. But with that, everyone subscribe to Chris's channel. It is pinned up on top. Chris God, LA Productions. No, that's his email. Chris God, LA Productions. It's in the fucking thing. Just hit it. Hit the button. You got him. And then
but remember, it's pronounced Godla. That's just the way Loomis pronounces my name. Only he can say it. Only he can call me that.
I like this guy. He's breaking balls just like you, Loomis.
No, I know. I like. He's great. He's like, well, me and him have a lot in common. You know, that's what, you know what I mean? That's what drew him though towards like, especially when he saw like the mob stuff and then like he saw the music stuff and the Ozzy stuff. And now being able to talk to him. Yeah, man, we definitely do have a lot in common, man. You're only you're 40, you're 2 years younger than me, right?
43, yes.
Yeah, we're about the same age. So, yeah, no, I definitely. He's great. Yeah, I tell everyone if I don't call you an asshole and if I'm not fucking yelling at you, then I don't love you. You know what I mean? That's how we do it. But I always though, Chris, I'm notorious though for screwing up every. You used to hear me say like Italians' last names. It's horrendous. It's so bad. And I don't mean any disrespect at all. It's just
that's okay.
Yeah.
Chris is Veronica's age.
Oh, that's cool.
Subscribed a long time ago. Nice. Veronica subscribed. Yeah, guys, just all you got to do is hit a button. It's free.
Yeah.
Chris, I enjoyed your version of Paranoid. I could love to be on your channel. Yep.
Patrick. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Pat, let us know in the comments real quick so everyone knows. Is your show tomorrow night? Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's if you said
Patrick?
Friday.
Yeah, because I'm going to stream because I'm streaming it, and I just want to make sure that I'm on the ball.
Right.
Yeah, it is Friday, I think. But I saw him say something about a Saturday too. Well, I'll talk to him though anyway. Though I'll reach out. Ow, fuck! Toothpick went right in my heel. All right. Well, listen, folks. Thank you for watching it. This was great. This was awesome, Chris. This is awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
You know it's fucking good, man. When it's 2 hours and 17 minutes and it felt like a half hour. Time flew.
Right. Exactly.
So I can't thank you enough. Normally, folks, you're watching the Loomis and Gina on Thursday at 7:05 p.m. Eastern, but we wanted to bring in a guest tonight. It's because we actually never interviewed someone together. And did we, Gina?
No.
No, this was the first time. But we're going to be doing a pre-record, though, buddy. And we're going to set that up. I'll set that up with you, man, tonight, tomorrow, whenever, you want to do that. Just let me get, my real stuff back from Richie. And then because I want it to look real good and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm on this fucking phone. I don't even know what I look like. I can't even say I always look terrible, but I don't even know. But I don't care. You a Sam Hain fan?
Huh?
What's that?
I said you a Sam Hain fan or no?
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
You know Sam Hain?
Not
They're good. Danzig way back, way back.
You got to turn me on, man.
What's that?
You got to turn me on.
Yeah, no, they're good. I think that's before even the Misfits. I'll tell you right now. I can't my phone because I'm on it with this. Folks, we love yous. Awesome guest. Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Chris,
that was
the
fun.
door's always open for you. Oh, I was
Right.
see, CG. Nope,
What?
Saturday the 11th.
Ah, perfect. There you go.
Yeah, but I don't even know what the date is now. Okay, so it's this Saturday. Perfect, Pat.
Yeah.
Pat, stay in touch with me and your guy so I get that set up right. And I'm going to actually hit it, though, not 17 minutes in. Tell him to do it like 5 minutes before you guys go on, because you know people are on YouTube. They'll be like, what is this? They want to see everything instant. But
Right.
if you could let your man know, Pat, that'd be great. I got your back.
Mhm.
Thanks for always sending me the fucking. Oh, no, I'm not wearing it. That was yesterday. See, I should have worn. Where the fuck is the shirt? Oh, well, it's not like I throw my shirts up and just go like that. It wouldn't be around there. Try to get a wash. Anyway, Chris, we can't thank you enough, buddy. You
Right.
rock.
Thank you.
That's
And,
great. Mm-hmm.
and
Come
you're
back
welcome
anytime.
back on anytime, and we'll do a proper edit it
Right.
pre-recording, because those ones YouTube recommends. They don't recommend lives
Yeah.
after lives, like lives die off. So they recommend the pre-records, and we'll do one. Absolutely, man. Whenever you're ready. Well, once I'm ready with the laptop
light.
and yeah, the stuff I
Yeah.
left up at Rich's. All right, folks. Well, Chris, thank you very
All
much
right.
for giving us your time. Gina, thank you. And thank
Uh-huh.
me for giving my time. I'm just kidding.
Thank you,
But
Loomis.
with all that said, though, for real, guys, thank you all so much who supports the channel. Into the Void, Ozzy Osbourne tribute, the biggest Ozzy Osbourne tribute page you're going to find. I don't care if someone has
Yeah.
a million, whatever fucking subscribers, though. This one has the real fans, never will be
Right.
monetized. And it's all purely out of passion. And a lot of people bring up integrity when it comes to Ozzy. Well, I'll tell you what, this channel definitely has integrity when it comes to Ozzy, because
Yeah.
we ain't
Good.
hitting that monetize button, and it's ad free, and it's going to stay
Yeah.
like that. And when I die, whoever takes over, like, you know, the surname, I'm going to haunt your asses if you monetize.
Right.
All right. With that said, Chris, you're the man. I
Yeah.
know I'm out of my mind.
Yep.
It happens. And
Thank you.
once I got to
Thank
get
you,
in touch with
everybody.
Richie right here, I got
No problem.
then we'll be good to do that. And thank you again, my friend. And Gina, you have a great night.
All right.
And this was great. We'll see you
Yeah.
all Friday for Pat's show. You won't see me, but you'll see the show. Good night,
Saturday.
everyone. Thank you. And please
Good night.
subscribe and hit that like button on the way out. We love you all. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
There ain't one of you motherfuckers gonna go home safe tonight.
Thank you again, Chris. And everyone, please hit that subscribe button and like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Chris Godla Productions. And we will see you Saturday for Madhouse and Ozzy Tribute. Thank you all. Thank you, Miss Gina. Good night, everyone.